we'll give it to 10 minutes past 8, so 8:10, and we'll do a checkup then. But let's give it some time for people to like figure out what lost actions they need, all that stuff, and then we'll get started actually doing preparation in about 5 minutes. There should be at least one tank in Foxtrot. Every alliance has at least one dedicated tank slot that I placed. The absolute minimum, we should have 6 tanks. Right. Right. Another thing, in requirements to participate, we also have kind of a setup for how we do tags for our nicknames in Discord. So go ahead and do that right now. Set up your in-game, or sorry, your in-Discord nickname. You're going to have a tag in front of your character's username. It's going to be 3 characters. It's going to be whatever alliance you are in currently. So the letter for that. So for as an example for me, I'm a tank in Alliance A, right? So I'll be A, T for tank, and then my final digit is going to be C, since I've cleared. We have a chart on there, so if this is brand new prog for you, this is your first time, you'll be at 0. And wherever we end off today is where you're going to update that number, right? So I think like Trinity Avowed is like 5, you'll get the picture. So everyone in Discord, go ahead and update your nicknames now. And if you're not sure how to do that, if you're on PC, you can right-click on your actual name, your actual name in the list in the voice channel, edit server profile, or you can go from the top of you can click on the server itself, like the banner at the top of the server, and do the same thing, edit server profile. I do not. So, when I set up the party finder, I get to pick what I want for the slots. Once we get in and it fills up, I can't change anything. They essentially, it works kind of like individual parties. I can't move people around. I can't. I think I can kick people, but I don't think. Besides that, I can't do anything like that. So we'll give it 2 more minutes, and then we'll start like the actual setup and preparation, and then we'll figure out who's dueling. I'm going to ask people to respond in Alliance chat for that. I'm noticing that we're missing 3 people in voice. Let me just. Yeah, if you want to stream, through Discord, it's a-okay for them to join. Just make sure that your friend is muted and they put the letter Z in front of their username or whatever their profile is, so that way they're at the bottom of the list. If you want to stream through Twitch or anything like that, then I'm not the boss of you. I don't have any rules against it, and we actually have a channel in here for share your stuff. So if you want to put your stream link in there, you can slap it right under mine. Cool. All right. 10 minutes in, we're gonna get started. So first things first, I'm gonna start asking for volunteers for assigned roles and critical roles. First thing I'm gonna ask for, is there anyone here who could lead Golem side for me? Just let me know in Alliance chat. Does anyone want to give Golem a shot? It's all right. We'll hand it on over to Maya. And if anyone would like to practice, like leading or organizing golems once we get into instance, just collaborate with Maya. They are a name that I have seen and a name that I have raided with a lot. I've raided with Maya quite a bit. I know that they know exactly what they're talking about. All right, next I'm going to need volunteers for team leads. Now, don't be intimidated by team lead. It's a very simple task. All I'm asking team leads to do is when I ask for ready checks, if I do ask for ready checks, you're just gonna start up a ready check, and you're gonna let me know in yell chat or shout chat that your team is ready, that all 8 players are ready. Since I can't issue ready checks for every single person. Once we get in, it's gonna act like an actual 24-man with an extra 3 alliances. So you'll also be taking a look before and after all of your encounters, making sure that if at the end of an encounter no one is left behind, you're making sure that everyone's HP bar is full, everyone's accounted for, everyone is here. If anyone DCs, let me know, because I can't see your party list. I don't know if I miss somebody, if I don't see the Pokeball and we leave someone behind, that's just a tragedy waiting to happen. Before encounters, make sure that everyone has their lost actions slotted in. Make sure that everyone has food active, and then they've got their re-raiser procced. Right? So make sure, just essentially making sure that everyone has their re-raiser up, everyone has their lost actions, and at the end of a fight, make sure that everyone is actually here and accounted for, everyone's alive and following along with the group. That being said, I need a volunteer for Alliance Alpha, team lead. So I'm seeing in the list, I can see Echo. Sticky Fingers Echo. And then we also had a volunteer for Delta. Era Shadowmourne. Charlie, I see Charlotte Livesley. If I mispronounce your names, let me know, by the way. I only sound like I'm literate. Trust me.
You're the first one to acknowledge that I use the last name in this game. God knows how long.
Yes, I need a volunteer for Alpha Alliance lead. All right. Is it Ki or Kai? Kai Narumaki. Right. Do we have... Maybe I missed it. Do I have a volunteer for Bravo Alliance lead? A Bravo Alliance leader volunteer. Is it not Narumaki? Narukami. Ah! See, I told you, I'm not literate. Oh, it's not done yet. I need to edit this. Bravo Alliance lead. And then I also need an Alliance lead for Foxtrot as well. I gotta change the color for Alliance text, man. It's that red that when you see it on a screen, it hurts your eyes to look at. That's what it is. It's still the default red. All right. Since nobody is stepping... Okay. Oh. We have a volunteer for F. Renrar. And then... I will just choose at random for Bravo if I don't get a volunteer. Pronounced Winrar. I was about to say. Is that your long lost cousin? Do I have to pay for your services though, or are you free as well? I'll just bug you. All right, I'm gonna pick someone at random from Bravo. Eden Yance. You will be team lead.
Momomi was Bravo team lead.
Who was it?
Momomi.
Oh, they didn't say
They
anything.
volunteered way earlier.
Oh, well, that's their problem. They did it way earlier. Hold on. Where was it? Where did I miss it? Was this way earlier? Like way earlier? Whatever. It's done now. Momomi.
It was literally like 1 minute ago. It's like maybe 15 lines up on the Alliance chat.
Okay. Daito. I recognize that name because I played Destiny. Alright. Duelist. Here's how this is going to work. How many people here are looking to prog the duel? Like they're trying to get their first clear on the duel. I actually have to crack open a Dr. Pepper at some point, so you're gonna hear that. I had, just to derail this for a moment, I had one of the wildest nightmares of my life earlier this morning, and it prevented me from going back to sleep. So, like, I'm also kind of just, tired. Like, I woke up, and I was, like, almost, like, gagging, like I was about to vomit. Like, I was stricken from my nightmare. So, hopefully DRS, like, completely wipes the slate clean. It was much worse than not getting my Dr. Pepper or deleting my character, I will tell you that. Okay, back on track. In Alliance chat from right here. Anyone who is progging the duel, let me know. I want to see how many people are progging it. Yeah, we do have a hot mic. Once we get into instance, that'll be more of an issue. It's not so much of a problem right now, but you know, just be aware. I think it's hold up. Wait a minute. I saw the icon. They have like the ASEAN, yeah, Beast Trick. I believe you're the one with the hot mic. So so I don't see any proggers in chat. So here's what I'm gonna do. For the people who aren't progging the fight, if you want to duel, do your slash dice or your whatever it is. What I always forget the action. Yeah, do that. And we're going to do the we'll go with higher this time. I always do lower. I always do lowest number. We'll go highest this time. Oh no. Fate is just cut out for Himbo.
How do you do this game? So is it random?
I don't think it's random in this. I think it's slash
It's
dice.
slash dice.
It's for alliance. It's slash dice. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like. Can someone beat a 900? Somebody who wants to duel. That is. I don't think we're beating 900. So, I'm marking down Himbo Hooters as our duelist tonight. Cool. Now for critical rolls. I need 2 melee DPS that are willing to take Lost Rend armor into the instance. I need a Rend 1 and I need a Rend 2. I have Henlia Sky. And then did we have oops, all fizz ranged. Oh, in the case if you have more than 2 fizz ranged in your alliance, you only need 2 dervish. Right? One to put it up first, and the other one to put it up while the other one's on cooldown. The others can just take like Font of Power, Banner of Honored Sack if you want to, or whatever else you want to do for damage. I need a Rend 2 volunteer. One more person for Lost Rend armor. The reason we have 2 is so that way we have 100% uptime on Rend armor on a single target, and then Rend 2 can, with the 2 Rends, if we have to split them up between multiple bosses, we can spread them out. Rend 2 me. Benito Bonito. Alright. I need someone to volunteer to take Lost Perception for After Phantom, and then Lost Perception for After Trinity Avowed. Keiki. Okay, after TA. So, and then do we have someone who is willing to do it for After Phantom? Is that a yes from Charlotte?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, do I have any volunteers looking to take Lost Banish 3? Silent as ever when it comes to the Banish. Oh, alright. Hey, look! Phantom's gonna be really quick today. Only one of you need to take it. I'm gonna put Era Shadowmourne down since they were the ones that mentioned it first. Cool. And then Anla, just to confirm, you were doing Flare Star, correct? Anla?
Yeah. Hello?
Okay, there you go. Your mic was doing the thing. I always forget what your last name is in this game because I never say it. All right, cool. So
Me?
we have all of our yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Did I? There we go. Okay. The list is updated. All right, so we have all of our roles sorted out. I'm going to do a ready check right now. Now, This ready check, do not hit yes if you don't have everything already sorted out, right? So we're going to take an extra few moments here to make sure we have all of our lost actions. Everyone... All right, no worries. I can open it up for one more. I'll just post it up. Come on. Discord is... What the... Oh, actually. Let me, I'm just gonna leave this as an open slot. We'll rando that last person. Right. So double check your holsters, double check your cache, make sure that you have at least 10 essences in case we have like a couple slime memes or golem memes. It happens. Make sure you have all of your lost actions that you need, right? If this is your first time and you don't really know like what to fill your holster with, right? Good recommendations would be just a ton more re-raisers. Any potential chance that'll get you off the ground and keep you progging the fight is good. My personal favorite are light curtains, right? They come from moonlight fragments of lost moonlight or whatever, lost fragments of moonlight or something like that. They are a consumable one-way item that gives you reflect for 10 seconds. I swear by these things. I never go into DRS without at least 2, right? At least 2 for a mechanic that happens twice a queen, right? It will save your life if you have them and you use them. Potion kits, resistance potion kits, ether kits are also very good. Med kits are extremely rare. I don't expect people to use them, and even at that, there's not really a big need for them. However, if you're a tank and you want to pop traps and stuff like that, and you're like, poison, antidotes work for that as well. You know, but consumables will help you fill out your holster if you have a lot of free space. If you're one of those roles that has a ton of free space. All right, so here's the first ready check. Remember, if you're still organizing or if you're still trying to procure fragments from the market board, feel free to hit no. We're going to take our time, make sure everyone is absolutely prepared before we go in. Once we get in there, it's not like normal mode. We can't just return and go back to the start of the raid and go back to touch the cache. Like, we have to have everything in our cache when we go in, and we got to take everything we need right there at the beginning. Okay, since we're also doing our check for fragments, we're going to do another check. Take a look at your alliance or your raid team. If you have one tank, you're going to have to find a DPS to volunteer as pseudo tank. If you only have one healer, I actually see 2 healers in all alliances. In the future, though, if you join one of our runs, usually a lot of hosts here subscribe to the idea of pseudo healer, right? If you only have one healer in your group, one DPS would also have to volunteer as a pseudo heals. Right? Pseudo healer and pseudo tank are also in the requirements to participate channel. So if you don't know what you're supposed to take for that, you can find all the resources there in the list of what you should take there. Go ahead and does any team that needs a pseudo tank, go ahead and talk amongst yourself in party chat and just figure out who that is and make sure that they have the holster needed. Right? It's actually very important and very helpful that they take Lost Stone Skin too. It's really going to help the healers out when it comes to the bleeds later on in the fight. Healers, you are going to talk to one another in each alliance. One healer is going to agree to take Steel Sting. The other is going to agree to take Spellforge. This is very important. You can't have both healers in one alliance take the same buff, right? So one healer, Steel Sting, the other healer, Spellforge. Go ahead and organize that now. Make sure you have that. Right. I'll do another ready check in about 5 minutes. Setup always takes a while, but it's always good to make sure you have everything you need. Alright, I'm gonna be right back.
Love Vagrant, could you please respond to party chat?
Alright, I'm back. And the moment that some of you have been waiting for. Oh yeah. There it is. I'm not a sellout, but I think it would be absolutely hilarious if Dr. Pepper came to me one day and said, "Hey, can we sponsor your DRS stream?" What am I saying? This is crazy. They're never gonna do that. That'll never happen. They wouldn't dare associate their brand with the phrase "Let's kill the queen." Or the queen is dead, and I killed her. Or various other things like that.
I don't know what this nigga's talking about.
The Queen's Guard is a joke. Could you imagine? The community rep. You don't understand. It's a video game. It is all fabricated. It's not the Queen. They didn't partake in the tragedy that happened. No. Ain't no way. I also don't ever stream. I only stream for like DRS. So, you know, I am quite literally a nobody. Conspiracy corner with Uncle Vash, yeah. I mean, if you can get Ren, Winrar, if you could get their attention, I mean, whose place is it for anyone to try and stop you? Am I right? Oh man, dude. I think honestly, the most realistic sponsor would be Lego. Because when I talk about like when I talk about the Minotaur encounter, I always talk about like putting the kids to bed and like stepping up, like not trying to step on their traps, right? Those traps are practically Legos in disguise, man. And maybe that's why Lego Steppers was given the name that it has. Minotaur. There you go. Put the kids to bed, clean up the Legos. Look at me, I've got my limited edition. What's his name? How did I forget his name? Oh man, everyone loves him too for a villain. Emmett Selk. Could you imagine? I've got my limited edition 2024 Emmett Silk Lego. Still in its packaging. This one's gonna go for a pretty price on the market. It's approximately 63.8 years.
Boy, NFTs.
Yeah. Dude, Emmett Selk is like in a popularity poll with all the other Final Fantasy mainline games. He's up there. He's like in the top 5. He's in like the top 3, I think. People love Emmett Selk, man. I can't say that I don't.
I thought he hit first on the year of Shadowbringers release.
What was that?
I thought he hit first on at least like the year of or after Shadowbringers release.
It was something like that. Yeah, he was more popular than Sephiroth when the game came out, like when the expansion hit. Okay. I'm going to throw out another ready check. You're just going to make sure everyone has their stuff before we get started. All right, we're waiting on just one more. We'll give it like another couple minutes. Lego Dr. Pepper in the Final Fantasy universe. All right, hey, we're all ready. Okay. Everyone's got their holster set up. Everyone's got their rolls and everything. Make sure if you are performing a critical roll, you do have enough of those lost fragments, which I'm sure you have by this point. I'm going to put us into the instance. If you're tabbed out, tab back in and hit commence. We're going in. Come on, buddy. Oh, oh, oh. Bing bong. Accept the cue. You know, I would totally be for that. But I know why they don't. I'm going to just do it again. That's all right. If you're in voice, right? Everyone should be in voice, right? We have 50 people in here. There should only be 2.
It was 46 on the ready check. I only saw. Wait, did both? I only saw one.
There was 2 people that confirmed in chat readiness. Oh wait, I'm thinking of I think that was right. You were right. Oh.
I was one of those people. I was in battle, so it automatically told me that I was not ready. So.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, everyone. Welcome into DRS. First things first, go ahead and open up your holster. You're going to pop your Re-Razor, you're going to pop your Essence, and then you're going to pop your first 2 lost actions, right? After that, your holster should be empty. If you still have stuff in it, that's fine. You're going to go down to the cache at the bottom of the staircase. You are not going to jump on any of the glowing pads. The glowing pads are going to take you off to the beginning areas, and once you take those pads, you can't come back. Be very careful, don't touch them. We're going to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to hit the cache, right? Once everyone gets the cache and they fill their holsters to 99 or 80 out of 80, whatever your maximum capacity for your holster is, and we confirm readiness, that's when we'll get started. So make sure you don't take the jump pads. make sure everyone gets a chance to hit the cache, right? Thank you to whoever put the markers up. Once you are finished filling out your holster and doing all of your prep, just stand on the marker that is associated with your alliance, right? If you are Echo or Foxtrot, 3 is going to be Echo, 4 is going to be Foxtrot Alliance. Oh, I didn't. All right. So again, remember, team leads, just make sure you're looking through your party list and you're making sure that everyone has their re-raiser popped right now, right? Everyone should have a re-raiser. Everyone should have a pure essence equipped. There's no reason to hold on to your pure essence and your re-raiser until after slimes and golems, right? We're going to go in and we're gonna shoot our shot. If we end up wiping, that's just the nature of the beast, right? That's why we have spare essences and spare actions in our caches, all right? So there shouldn't be anyone naked, no essence, no re-raiser. Everyone should have one of those popped. Right, so just make sure you've got those. You can also look at people's remembrance buffs. If you notice that there's something that is a little out of place, you know, no shame, but try to help people along. Make sure that it's in line with their pre-pop holster. Right, it's going to help them out a lot better. Just to double check. Now that we're in instance, and now everyone should have the opportunity to be sorting out their final holster. Healers, please just make another double check that you've got Spellforge and you've got Steel Sting, right? One and the other. Tanks. Oh, we don't have any pseudo tanks. That's right. Tanks. Regardless, you should be taking Lost Sacrifice in the event. So the reason we have that, right, and the reason we have tanks prioritize it, is in the event both your healers are down, and LB3 is about ready to come up, or it is ready to be used, right? A tank can use Lost Sacrifice to guarantee a raise on the spot for that healer, and then the healer can use LB3 to pick you up if your re-raiser does not proc, right? Obviously, we're not going to have main tanks in the moment do that. We're going to prioritize other tanks for that. But just be aware, right? That's why we have Lost Sacrifice in there. You're not going to use it outside of combat. Try to save it for an in-combat raise in those high emergency situations, right? We're just going to give it to where everyone is away from the cache, and we'll do our ready checks then. Remember, empty space doesn't help you at all. If you've only got like 3 spots or like 1 or 2 like more weight that you can hold, If you have stuff that you can cram in there, try to cram it in there as best you can, right? Taking an extra potion kit, even if you feel like you're never going to use it, you never know, right? Maybe you end up needing a potion kit, or maybe it'll save your life at some point. You never know. Always, always, always 99 out of 99 or 80 out of 80, whatever you can carry. I also do tend to forget to mention that we don't have like HUD layout anymore to prevent like AFK kicks, right? So just make sure any extended period of time we're standing around or waiting for something to progress, right? Or maybe I'm giving an explanation. Just kind of wiggle your character every now and then. I am not very good at remembering to bring it up and to get people to just kind of wiggle around a bit or jump or something like that. But no one wants to get AFK kicked halfway through the instance. So if you are going to take light curtains, a minimum that I would recommend is 2 light curtains. You can go in with 1 or you can go in with none. Queen has a attack where these orbs will start pulsing for damage, and it is fatal damage. Like if you are in it, doesn't matter if you're a tank or DPS, you are zeroed out, right? You flatline. So the idea is, since it's all purely magic damage and you can reflect it, if you have a light curtain, you can consume a light curtain for 10 seconds of reflect, which will be enough to reflect all the damage back to the orb to kill it. So here's the thing. If you want to take reflect, I'm not going to stop you, right? But you have to slot over a lost action for that, right? As long as it's not overwriting a critical lost action, like if you're a tank, I'll explain the details, but if you're a tank and you have like Aether Shield, right, and you're going to overslot reflect on Aether Shield, it's not worth it. If you're DPS, right, and you're taking like a caster DPS with Cure 4 and you're giving everyone bravery and you slot over that just to save yourself from the orbs, it really isn't worth it, right? You can avoid them. You can just stand far enough away from the orb and it won't kill you. You don't need light curtains. It just makes it so that you have a safety net. So if you accidentally do get clipped, it doesn't actually kill you if you have reflect active. In fact, you'd be helping kill the orb in that case. There's only benefits to having light curtain. Now, if you're a healer, then there's no reason to take, light curtains if you don't want to, right? The encounters beforehand, like the Minotaur, will need reflect and dispel, right? Which are both things we're going to need for that mechanic. So you can just ride on reflect for that. Yeah. And don't be afraid to take damage actions, right? We've got healers and we've got tanks, Leave the mitigation and the healing to us. DPS, if you're here for the sole purpose of just tearing bosses apart, take some damage actions, right? The faster we kill these bosses, the less they're gonna do. And some of these bosses can get pretty scary. Oh, that question. Use Cure 4 for the bravery. It's really gonna help out the whole team. It's better to help out everyone than just the one person. Okay. I see that everyone's away from the cache. we're gonna do some ready checks, right? So all alliance all alliance leaders, initiate your ready checks now, and let me know in yell chat readiness. Alpha ready, Delta ready, Charlie ready, Foxtrot ready. Waiting on Echo and Bravo. Bravo ready. Echo ready. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. Golem side lead is gonna be Maya Hoshi. Anyone on Golem side is going to be anyone in Delta, Echo, or Foxtrot alliances. You will be taking the right jump pad. Slime side will be taking the left jump pad. Slime side will be Alpha, Bravo, Charlie alliances, right? Now that we're all ready, let's get started. All teams can jump. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie jump left. Echo, Delta, Foxtrot jump right. Now.
Good evening, friends. There are still 3 people up here, 2 people. Alright, let me go ahead, and if you know what you are doing, stand on top of a golem, or just stick where everyone else is. Yeah, I'll just keep this, whatever. Every time I jump, I get scared. I have to, like, triple check my holster. Okay, can I have Tan Junji step over here for me, please? I need a healer. Oh, actually, hold on, my name is Mayoshi, but I will put I feel like a square today. Can I have a healer on this golem? Any healer, or preferably a healer that's in RL's party. But any healer works. All you need to do is Asuna them and keep them alive. Oh, I see it. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't see it very good. Can I have also a healer and a ranged DPS over here on this golem? Thank you. And I need a ranged DPS over here. Thank you. Okay. I will now need any DPS, preferably melee, but any DPS works on the north and south of these. Love and Sticky, thank you. Alright. Welcome to Golem Side. This is the second half of the first encounter of DRS. We have split up into 2 groups. Both sides of the raid need to be completed at the same time in order for us to go on with the rest of the raid. If you see in the arena ahead of us, there are 4 rooms with a hallway in the center. Those 4 rooms have different colored pads on them. Those pads, we have to match the color of the golems on top of the pads and then kill them on top of them. So for the blue one, we have to kill a blue golem on top of it. For the white one, we need to kill a white one on top of it. Same for green and red. This one will turn into a blue golem, and this one will turn into a red golem. The way this is going to work is this golem is going to be taken into the southwest room, which is blue room. This one will be taken into the southeast room, which will turn once into white. This one will stick green and be taken into the northeast room, and this one will be taken into the northwest room and turn once into a red golem. Each golem with their colors has a specific mechanic that they have to deal with. Blue golems have a tank buster that gives a nasty bleed. The reason I asked for healers on each of them is you have to Isuna the bleed, or else have a fun time trying to heal them. It's not gonna work. Which is why you have to Isuna them. They will cast Metamorphosis. These two golems need to be interrupted every time. because they will stick the color that they are right now. Which is why I ask for a Fizz range over here. You will be Renrar, you'll be interrupting the golem for Hansaku, because Hansaku is a ninja. And not a tank. This one will be white golem. You will let Metamorphosis go off once, and then interrupt everything after that. Same thing with this one, which will turn into red golem. The green golems really don't do anything mechanics-wise. White golem has a cast that happens after a while, or whenever it hits around 30%, called compaction. Once it hits that, you will use all of your burst, not specifically lost actions, just as much burst as possible, in order to kill them. This one, when it turns red, Tan, I'm not sure if you're new to golems tanking, but in the case you are, whenever you enter your room, wait for it to turn red. Once it turns red, once it's doing metamorphosis, run away from it and spam your ranged ability, which I think is Tomahawk. You'll be spamming that. Yeah, you'll be spamming that, and then circle around. It'll tether to you. Kali, just make sure it does not. Just make sure you don't hit it until it turns red. Once it turns red, you will be interrupting every single metamorphosis instead of 10. Which is why I assigned you to this, or which is why I asked for a ranged DPS for red golem. Also, yes, Hans, you can't interrupt it when it's done, which is why I gave you a ranged DPS. Okay, now for the hard part. We only have 3 tanks, so I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. Beastrick, after your blue golem dies, you'll be taking the green golem off of Hansaku. You'll be running into the northeast room and then taking it off him. Oh yeah, wiggle check, by the way. 10-minute timer, I think Vash already went over that. You'll be going into the green room, taking the golem off of Hansaku. And, yeah, so that Hansaku doesn't have to keep getting hit by the golems. Because after every golem death, they get stronger. Yes, you'll be taking blue. Once it dies, you run over to the green room, and then take it over. Vice, I will ask you to also follow Beastrick, because just in case they need more healing. Actually, this is why I bought Percepts. There's a trap in blue room. There's no trap in white room. I was kind of hoping there would be one in white room. Pretty much don't attack at all until it turns red. Once it turns red, you can attack it. But the main thing is whenever it casts Metamorphosis, interrupt it. Yeah, we're gonna keep red alive for a bit. I'll call that out while we're in it. For traps, I'll be percepting the middle trap and red room. For green room, I'm not entirely sure if this will work, but Hans is gonna try and Shukuichi or use a ninja teleport over the trap. We'll see how that works. Yeah, so there is no trap in white room. Let me see. It counts as a dash. Ninjas can teleport over traps. We just don't know the range of the ones in these rooms specifically. Invuln blue room, yes. Yeah, you can teleport. You can Shukuichi over traps. It's just getting away from the trap. It's kind of tricky. You need to be far enough away from the trap, I think. But only teleports, yes. You can't, I'm not entirely sure if Reaper Dash works. I doubt it.
Does not.
It does not? Okay, cool. Are there any questions? Oh yeah, I forgot to explain what everyone here is supposed to do. We will be killing, as I said, we will be killing each golem on top of each room, or each thing. We will be going in one big death ball. We will be just running around, killing the golems one by one. We'll be starting in the southwest room, which is blue, and then we will be running over to southeast room, kill the white one, go over to northeast room, which is green, and then go over to northwest room. We will be burning down red room, the red golem, to like around 30%, 30, so that we can wait for Slime Site to finish their encounter. Once they are done, we will finish off red on the pad. I will call for Tan to use their invuln, position the red golem on top of the red pad, and then we kill. Are there any other questions? Anything I need to explain, especially for the people doing a specific role that I asked for?
Okay, Mahia, can you hear me? This is Beastrick.
What's up? I can hear you.
Oh, okay, so I'm getting the blue and the green golem, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna invuln my blue room to get all the traps in there. But then what about the traps in the green room?
Hanzaku's gonna try to pop it with teleport. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna percept it.
Okay.
So after, if it doesn't end up being in the red room, it will be in the green room, meaning that Hanzaku will try to teleport over the first one. If that doesn't work, just avoid it whenever you get to the green room, because it'll be in the back of the room. And it's
You sure it's gonna be in the back of the room?
If it's not in the front, it'll be in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only 2 spots that a trap can be in each room. It's either right in front of the door, or right next to the back of the wall. Back of the wall relative to where the door is. Or back of the room relative to where the door is. And it'll be aligned with the door and the pad.
Okay. So regardless, I'm popping my invuln in the blue room, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Every time. And yes, right next to the back wall.
Alright, got it.
Yep. I'll be using Percept on the middle trap, the one in the middle of the hallway, and I'll be trying to percept red room.
So who's getting the traps in the hallway? Who's popping them?
Oh, I'm percepting it, so make sure just don't step on it. We don't need to pop them. We just pop them because Unga Bunga.
Okay. Alright, I'm good.
Alright. Let me... If there's no other questions, all parties give me a ready check. I need to get an image really quick for something. Where is Slimes and Golems? Echo ready. Foxtrot ready. Waiting on Delta. Also, yeah, for the tanks, I probably didn't explain that correctly, actually, now that I think about it. To sweep your room, you... Oh, okay. Tan, you will not be doing this, by the way. You will not be sweeping your room. You will be saving your invuln for whenever you have to position the red golem on top of the red pad. So, cover your ears, or take off your earbuds, or whatever, for now. For the other tank, for the blue tank, go to the hallway, or the door of your room, use your sprint, use your invuln, run in a straight line towards the pad, past the pad, and then hit the wall. If you walk in a straight line, you will be hitting 2 of the possible trap spots that they could be in. I wish Percept could hit it from here, but it doesn't work, so it just be like that. Also, we do have all parties ready. What is it, Goss round? Are there any other specific questions that I need to answer? If anything goes off or whatever, if anything goes off, like off track or whatever, I'll call it out. Don't worry about it. You want the dog? Dude, the dog is so cool. And I can't believe we're getting so many people right now. In like an hour or 2. F as a BRB? Okay, thank you. Wiggle check, yes, thank you. One more glove plate or the one more glove plate or the little box. The whole box, the whole ass box. I actually need to get an aiming set going. I still need to clear on Bard. On 5 leg boxes? Oh, everything's in my chocobo bag. Actually, I can't see it right now. I want to see how many boxes I have. I just need the normal Bosgen coins. I can ice search. How does that work? Bosgen Runner's Secrets. That's not it. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. Ah, Orderly Runner's Secret. I search Orderly. By the way, we are waiting for Slime Side. This is, as I said at the beginning, we do have to clear this at the same time Slime Side has to clear their encounter. I have 16 body gear. 16! That's crazy. It's not a lot, but... Slime's ready? Alright, cool. All tanks, tank stance. All tanks, tank stance is on. We still have 1 BRB. Thank you for telling me. I'd rather not start an encounter with someone gone, because if they DC in the middle of it, they could be dead, and then we could be up in the boss fight already, and we can't come back here. Which would be so sad. I don't know for Vash, but for me at least. But yeah, once we... Oh, by the way, yeah, tell me if they get back or if they get kicked after 10 minutes. I really hope it doesn't take 10 minutes, though. I hope they don't get back after 10 minutes. FBRB is back. Alright, cool. Let's do one more round of ready checks really quick, just to make sure. I just want to make absolutely sure. My party is ready. Which was E, I think. F ready, waiting on Delta. Delta, thank you. Again, tanks, all tank stances on. I will open the door. Do not be in front of me because I will be sweeping the middle trap. Damn, the one time I decided not to be a tank. SMH my head. Alright. Middle trap has been found. The trap is in green. Nice. All traps have been found. Go ahead and kill the blue golem. Healers, get ready to Asuna. Asuna, your tanks. The blue tanks. Blue and green. Perfect. Go over to white room. Hold off on DPS. Hold off on your burst until it casts... Hold off on burst until it casts compaction. Just use your normal 1-2-3s. Build up your gauge. Good job on the switch, Beastrick. Use your burst. No need for lost actions, just use your burst. Make sure he dies. Go over to green room. Interrupt all of them. Good job. Kill green. This doesn't do anything special, just kill the green room. Put some heals on the hallway tanks. Take this down to 30%. 3-0. Interrupt. Alright, stop DPS, stop DPS. Now just kill the green ruins golems, the hallway golems, until we get a call from Slime side. Thank you for the very clean golem side. We do be balling. build up your DPS gauges. Make the next fight very easy. The golem's going, the health is going down, huh? Crazy. Ah, we'll see. Rupture, alright. 10, pop your invuln. Bring it on the pad. Kill, 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 kill. Murder. Alright, perfect. Avoid the trap. Just make sure these golems die. We're waiting for Slime Side to finish their encounter. Alright, is there anyone dead? Anybody dead? If there's
Good to
no
go.
dead, we're good. Alright, let's go back up. Go back up one. Oh. Go back up one voice channel for the rest of the calls, and thank you again for the clean golem side. Gotta mute myself.
Yeah, plausible deniability. Their Golem side isn't gonna know what happened, right? Nothing happened. Nobody died. Slimes was handled. Flawless. Textbook even.
I fucked up, but we made it happen.
As long as you know what the mistake was and you were able to kind of surmount, like just kind of get over it, it's okay. It's all okay. I'm totally cool with that. Oh, nobody. Everyone was nobody died. Not even joking. All right, I gotta use it. So I will be right back, and then I'll get to Trinity Seeker explanation. No markers. I don't do markers. Okay. Who's? How about no? All right. Welcome to Trinity Seeker. I'm sure we have a few people that are off for bio, so I'm actually gonna hold off like a couple minutes so people can get bad. Dick bag. So I don't do markers for this fight for one reason. Boss relative is always going to be more accurate than markers. And while markers might help for like determining north, south, east, west, what I want to promote is people actually doing their best to look around and kind of see what's going on, right? So if you're familiar with like the normal mode, the four-sword adventure, right? That's always going to be based off of wherever the boss is looking, right? So you'll always be able to look at which direction he's looking and then see which swords glow up, and you can always figure it out the same way every single time, right? It's just because there could be potential situations where the boss isn't looking north, south, east, or west, and then you can't make an accurate call with the markers, right? It's better to just say right side of the boss, inside the hitbox, to the left of the boss, and just keep that on tap. But I'll give it another couple minutes for people to get back, and then I'll start explanation. Always, whenever I go on a break, and I come back and decide I want to like host more DRS, I always have like the first two bosses always like put me on edge. Trinity Vowed is hard, but calling her is easy. Doing this and then Queen's Guard right after is kind of like splashing yourself with ice cold water in the face. And just make sure you do your little wiggles so you don't get kicked. I hate calling Queen's Guard, man. I was just actually just telling people before the run started, like, my most feared encounter is Queen's Guard at this time because of how many times I've made bunk calls on it. It's not easy, man. Okay. Hopefully we have... I saw... Back. Okay. Let's just go over some explanations for Trinity Seeker. Trinity Seeker is very similar to normal mode. There's only a couple new things that we're going to see. And it's just going to shake everything else up that we already know. He is fast. A lot of stuff is untelegraphed. You have to look at the animations that the boss does to figure out where we're going. Okay? So what I will do, the only marker I usually do is I put the Danger Dorito on. Right? So if you have no idea where to go, and I say, Danger Dorito, you just look for the triangle and you follow the triangle. Okay? Four Sword Adventure, like I was mentioning earlier, is that fourth thing that the swords will glow and he'll do the cleaves in that order. The way that I call it is boss relative, so you're just going to make sure you look at which way he's facing. Right? Remember, he's not going to... There might be times where he's not facing directly north or south, east or west, right? So just make sure you're looking at which way he's facing, and I'm going to do all my calls relative to his sides, right? So the best potential place to stand is behind him, so all the calls are as accurate as they possibly can be. I might say left, left, right, right. What that means is we're going to stand on his left side, and we're going to wait for two cleaves to pass on his left. And then we'll go and move over to his right side and wait on the right side for two, for those next two cleaves, right? So left, left, right, right, stand on the left, 1, 2, go to the right, 1, 2. There is a pattern where we might have to move twice, and it'll sound a little something like this, like front, back, back, front, or right, left, left, right. All that means is you stand on the right side for the first cleave, immediately move through, wait for 2, 1, 2, and then you go back to where you started. Right? There is the gaze orb in this, which is the big glowing shining orb and the flower on the ground. It's just a gaze. Respect it, look away, don't get hit by it, it petrifies. Right? Avoid the white lines on the ground. There will be a point in time where we get normal lasers. Do the white lines first, and then the orange ones second, right? The regular line lasers. You'll see them earlier on in the fight. I'll call them Walmart lasers or something like that. You know, because they're just the cheapest kind of line AoEs they could muster. So, when in doubt, do the grid first and then do the line laser second. All right. There will be Ifrit dashes. If you are familiar with any Ifrit trial, normal, hard, whatever, he will do those dashes. There's 4 clones. We're gonna go off to the side of the first clone, and we're just gonna follow the order. Right? There will be knockback or hide mechanics. It will be denoted by glowing swords. Everything will be handled with calls, right? One last thing. If this is your first time, I don't want to see any DPS trying to dump LB3 on DPS LBs. It is a very significant damage loss in Save the Queen areas. We want to save those LBs as much as we can for healer LBs. Okay? So, and on top of that, wait for my call for healer LBs. right? We don't want people doing healer LB in the middle of a mechanic, and so all the new players get up and they get smacked by some knockback or something that they couldn't control. So, with all that being said, we will use food for this. We will use our lost actions. Everyone stand in front of the purple line, and that'll tell me you're ready. Once we get everyone in the arena and in front of the purple line, we'll get started. We're just waiting on a couple more people. Just waiting on Henlia. Whenever you're ready. Can I get, while we're waiting, can I get a volunteer main tank? Over here by the triangle. Over by the danger Dorito. Benito, you came first. Oh, let's give you that. Cool. So Benito's going to be our main tank for the encounter. What? Why would you do this to me? It looked like an axe. God, Lalafels. I swear to God, you are a duelist, correct. Okay, I gotta take that off you. Sorry. Anyone that wants to try their heads at main tanking over here. On Danger Dorito. Trust issues. You're a duelist. What are you doing? You're DPS. That's alright, I'll tank it. All other tanks, if you are here, go ahead and drop tank stance. Is Henlia still here? Did they like go off on a restroom break? I just didn't catch it. There we go. Okay, cool. Everyone's ready. Go ahead and pop food now. I'm going to give us 30 on the board, and I'll send it now. Take a deep breath. First thing this boss is going to do at the start is a raid wide, so if you want to pre-shield and pre-mitigate, you can do that. It'll be that raid wide straight into our first four-sword adventure. Just keep your head on straight and roll with the punches. Remember, lost actions, pots, everything you can. We want to hit this guy as hard as we possibly can. Kill him as fast as we can. Right, raid wide coming out. Pay attention to the way the boss is facing. We're going into our first four-sword adventure. Where the boss is pointing. Our pattern today. Left, left, right, right. Left for 2, right for 2. We will have the gaze mechanic right after this, so be ready for it. Wait for 2 cleaves. These are going to be a little bit faster than normal. 1, 2, move through. Look away from the orb, get away from the flower. Look away from the orb, get away from the flower. Get away from the flower. Everyone in the hitbox, we have pushed everyone in the hitbox. This is a hot wing. If you don't know what that is, just get in the hitbox. I'm going to try to pull it up a little bit to the middle. Tanks in front. Tanks in front. This is a tank stack. Alright, I need to be solo for this. No one else can be up here with me. Nobody else can get hit with this attack. If I have anyone up here, I will die. Cool. Alright. Group up for chains. You're going to get the rings above your head. Just stay grouped. Stay grouped. Bait the chains together. Break them now. This is going to be hide behind a barricade. Everyone behind a barricade. Break your chains, hide behind a barricade. back to it. Right? He's gonna do Ifrit dashes. Right? So follow the Danger Dorito if you don't know how to resolve Ifrit dashes. Alright. Follow the Danger Dorito. There's gonna be a knockback or high with it. It is a knockback. We're going to the next barricade and stopping at the next barricade. It's a knockback. Get knocked back into this barricade. Back in. Right, group up, group up, group up. This is a line blast. We are pushing very heavy. We might actually push for blue. Right, this is going to be line AoEs. With brick or stone. Look at the color on the ground. Just bait line AoEs. We're going to bait the lines first, the Walmart branded lines. Yeah, these things. Just walk out of them. Here comes the color. Everyone on sand. It's going to be the opposite color now. Everyone on blue. Wait for the jump. Oh. Here comes Earthshakers. We know what Earthshakers are. Do not cleave the party with them. If you get a mark above your head, rotate it away from the party. Everyone on blue. Rotate those away. Everyone on blue. Alright, get ready. He's probably going to push. No Iron Splitter. Cool, cool, cool. Everyone on sand. Everyone on sand. Immediately pay attention to which way the boss is facing. Avoid these. Mercy, right? Yes, intercardinal of the boss far out. If you don't know how to dodge this, just go far out, intercardinal of the boss. Do not be north, south, east, or west of him. Cool. We're going to go in Ifrit Dashes 2.0. There's going to be a 4-sword adventure after these dashes, alright? So just follow the Danger Dorito and listen to the sword calls. Follow the Danger Dorito. Pay attention to which way he's facing. It is going to be a right, right, left, left pattern. Wait for the last dash. Move in. Right, right, left, left. Right, right, left, left. There will be a gaze mechanic after this. 1, 2, move through. 3, and 4. Look away from the orb. Look away from the orb. Get away from the flower. Group up. After this, group up as best you can. Group, 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 group. Break your chains. There's going to be a mini buster on main threat. Oh, sorry. Just a regular raid wide. Nothing special. Then the buster. That's what it is. So I'll just take this solo. Not going to hurt at all. Okay, maybe it hurt a little bit. It's fine. I like it, though. Okay, Mercy Swords with sand or stone. We're going to stand on the right color first. Hold up. Easy pattern. Back, back, front, front. Back, back, front, front. Watch for the color. We want to start on blue. Everyone on blue. Center is blue. Wait for 2 cleaves. 1, 2. Move through. End on sand. End on sand. There's going to be one more random color after this. Be ready for it. Everyone on blue again. Everyone on blue. Here comes the gaze mechanic, and there's going to be regular line lasers with this. Look away from the orb and do the white lines first. Do the white first, then the orange. Away from flower. We've got some dead. We're going to... Oh, we're pretty far from... That's alright. We're just going to push. Kill the boss. Everything that you've got, just dump it now. We'll use resources for this. I really don't like seeing anything further than this. Alright, in the hitbox, this is the hot wing. Get out of here, you're not even going to cast it. Alright, nobody move. We've got people down on the ground. Only the duelist is allowed to go ahead to percept our traps for us. Everyone else stay behind here in the arena. Let's wait for everyone to get resurrected. If you are a healer and you are going to use a rise, do not slot a rise until you stand over the body you are resurrecting. What this tells people is that you are resurrecting this body. When you run out of Lost Arise charges, you will step off and let somebody else step in for it. Yeah. Hot wings can't be spicy if they never happen. I don't want to beat 127 raises on one person. I hope everyone gets up in like 5 rises. That would be super cool. And not scary. Oh, and remember, just like the chests you saw at the bottom of the staircase, these are all personal chests. Make sure that you are collecting every chest at the end of every encounter, or you're going to miss out on your loot. Oh. I have to throw stuff out of my inventory real quick. By the way, make sure you have like, I don't know, 10 slots in your inventory free, give or take. Don't be like me. Don't just go through the whole raid and then when you realize everything's said and done, you don't have any slots left for loot. Okay. I don't see anyone else left on the ground. Please be very careful. Do not auto run. Do not sprint. Don't look. Don't just go around blind corners. Avoid these traps. Now, you'll see a glowing pad. That's for the duelist alone. Everyone should be going to the right. If you are in the duelist's party, that means if you're an Alpha Alliance, if you have any raid buffs that you can offer Himbo Hooters, be sure to give him some before he leaves the plate. Everyone else, move on over to Dahu. So we've got to wait. We can't start this encounter until we see the RP text. Now I think I saved some numbers for this guy. I did. Technology. All right. So he started that, but we're going to go over a very quick description. Dahu is very similar to normal mode. There's only 2 differences. He has Spit Flame, which is a limit cut mechanic. Limit cut sounds scary, I know, but it's very simple. If you have a numbered dot that shows up over your head, that's just the order he's going to hit you with a fireball. So if you get a 1, you're going to get hit first. If you get a 3, you're going to get hit third. Okay? You'll notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the markers on the field. If you get a 3 marker, you're going to go, or you get a 3 mark above your head, you're going to go to the 3-way mark. If you get 1, you're going to go to the 1-way mark, 2 to 2, 4 to 4. Make sense? I figured, it's just easy, right? The reason we go to these markers is because lions are going to show up on the outside edge of the field, and if you get hit with the fire blast, because it's AoE, it'll also hit the lions and it will kill them. That is why those markers are placed there. Now, the other thing that we have is he'll do like a flare star kind of thing. He'll do flares, right? Which is the proximity tank busters. 2 tanks at random will get it. The second time around, we have to do Spit Flame. 1, 2, 3, and 4 need to be cleared out. All right, man. Go wild. Himbo Hooters did it in like, what, 20 seconds? Like, 26 seconds? Anyway. 117. Close enough. so 26 seconds is close enough, right? Right. Flare Star. If you are a tank and you get a flare, you're going to get knocked back to the 3 or the 4 marker. Remember, treat it like a tank buster, just pop some mitt, be safe with it. Anyone who doesn't get flare and isn't a tank, tanks that don't get the flare are going to go to 1 and 2 for that knockback, okay? So flares go south, the rest of the party goes north, right? Everything else is going to be handled with callouts. It's just going to be like normal Dahu, it's just going to be faster. And there's going to be a lot more line AoEs, so just pay attention to your feet, okay? We don't need a countdown for this. No lost actions are needed for this boss. You don't need to waste him. His HP is low and he doesn't have an enrage, so we can stay here all instance if we wanted to. As soon as everyone's in front of the purple line, we'll get ready. Yeah, hopefully we don't spend the whole instance here, but...
No, 2 hours of dog. Let's go.
2 hours of dog... That's gotta be like a run challenge. Like, spend 2 hours on Dahu just doing nothing, not dying, and then finish the rest of the raid in like 30 minutes or less. Alright. I'm pulling. Let's go. Alright, first thing Dahu's gonna do is fall in rocks. Rocks are gonna fall from the ceiling and hit the ground. Just watch out for the puddles. Avoid these. Make sure tank stances are off, just in case. He's going to dash very shortly after this scream. If he points your direction, get out of his way. Clear his way. Clear his way. He's going to dash one more time, and there's going to be a really big cleave. You're just going to dodge out of it. Whee! Okay, I'm going to bring him back to the center. There's going to be some dashes around the edge of the field. We've seen these in normal. Just use your eyes, watch your feet, and don't get slapped by these lion dashes. Spit Flame is going to be the next mechanic. Remember, that's the numbers over your head. If you get a number over your head, go to the corresponding waymark to resolve that AoE. Here it is. Spit Flame, look above your heads. Go now. As best you can, as fast you can. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Right. Get ready for a shockwave. That's the half cleave and dodge into it, okay? Dodge out of this. Dodge into where he just slammed. Cool. There's going to be a knockback. If you know the secret jutsu, feel free to perform it. Oh, I'm boosted! Right, merry-go-round, carousel, 5 cleaves. You're going to wait for the 5 breaths. Casters, you can stand still in the wake of this cleave, the second cleave. 4 and 5. They'll do that again. Remember, casters can always stop in the wake of the second cleave. Wherever he cleaved second will be safe to stand. All right, protect the president. I'm going to get tethered to a bunch of these nasty lions. It's going to hurt. I'm going to do some Beyblade strats to help group them up. But healers, just keep an eye on me. I'll do my best to mitt. And everyone else just AoE down these ads. Beyblade, let it rip. Everyone still have their metal Beyblades. Man, those things are cool. Alright, cool. Everything that we just saw in rapid fire succession order of operations is going to be puddles into Shockwave, into Spitfire, okay? Spit Flame. So watch out for the fallen rocks. Here comes the Shockwave. Out of the Shockwave, into where he slams. Here comes the numbers. Look over your heads now. Here they are. Look at your numbers. Go to your marker. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Go now, go now, go now. Cool. Flares go south, everyone else north. This is going to be a knockback to the safe tile. Or safe spot. He's going to go back for another carousel, but he's probably going to die en route. Yep. Easy peasy. Alright, hold up. We got to make sure the floor is clean. I see one empty bar here. Please do not leave until we get this player up. There is a jump pad up ahead. Once we take that jump pad, there's no coming back. Just do the ritual player English, Vince. Oh my god. I can't read, I can't speak, I can't type. What's even the point? All right, he's up. They are up. Anyone else? You missing anyone? Make sure you grab your chests, by the way. Can't forget, you can't miss out on loss. Everyone wants loss. Everyone loves loss. Remember, you know, the meme. I opened the chest and it was indeed loss. Oh, I did have some with the moving parts in them. Now that you mention it, they were not common, and a lot of people thought they were like broken and overpowered and like banned them. Oh well, skill issue, I guess, right? All right, let's not provoke the gunners and the soldiers. You know, let's come away from the pawns. Right. Okay, I'm gonna need some volunteer tanks for this. 1 and 2 are gonna be our main tanks for this encounter. Okay. Oh. All right. Now, I'm going to need. I need 2 people on Alpha, and I need 2 people on Bravo. 2 tanks, I should say. Specifically tanks. Okay. I will not have the Danger Dorito for this encounter. I will instead have target to focus 1. So target to focus markers, the hex markers, are going to be our main tanks. And I will do ignore 1, ignore 2. You are going to be aura spheres in the north. Bind 1, bind 2. You're going to be our aura spheres in the south. Are there any tanks here? It is their first time. They don't know what they're doing here. Cool. I'm going to take that as all the tanks understand their duties and what their marks mean. For everyone else, I'm going to need to pick reflectors, and for that, I'm going to put an image in Raid text chat. So go ahead, look back to where I put those other map markers first, right? And familiarize yourself with this map. I'm going to need 1 reflector volunteer from each alliance. So you'll notice these are labeled by letter. Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot. Right? I need 1 reflect volunteer, preferably a healer, from each alliance. Just do this first because I will forget. So Foxtrot, Bravo, Charlie, Alpha, we're just waiting. I need a volunteer from Echo and Delta. If it's your first time, don't worry. I can explain it to you.
One of the Echo healers is AFK, but I think they're doing it.
All right. Well, we'll just wait for confirmation on that. Do we have a volunteer from Delta? Yes. If you have a lot of spare light curtains that you want to use here instead of reflect, you can. Just be aware that if you're a tank, your passive defensive mitigation won't allow you to kill the orb in the amount of time needed. Because you won't reflect enough damage back. For Delta. Okay. You wanna do... Alright. I'll allow it. Cool. I'm totally down for that. All right, now we're just waiting on Echo. If we don't have any volunteers from Echo, we have 2 healers in Echo, right? Or is it just the 1?
Well, 1 called out all of Golem's side and knows what they're doing. I'm pretty sure that they brought it up earlier. But the other one, this is their first run. So they're a little unsure if they want to do it if the other one wants to do it.
That's all right. I'm not going to force anyone to do things they don't want to. Unless nobody steps up, and then I'll volunteer people at that point. But I mean, there's no harm or no foul for messing it up. You know, you're gonna have to learn it eventually. Is kind of how I look at it. Yeah, we have people who've cleared and people who've never stepped foot in here before, and it means very little to me, the difference in quote-unquote experience. Everyone, there's people that you're going to meet who do this all the time and still have no idea how certain mechanics, like the quirks to them, or like the ins and outs, or how certain things work, or maybe they just don't know how a melee even works in this fight, right? There's always going to be gaps in the thought process, in the memory. Is there anyone that would like to volunteer to be Echo Reflect? I tried to do the invuln cheese on one corner, and I looked at the swords wrong, and I definitely died to temperature for sure. Okay. I see Timpini. Are you a healer or are you a caster? What are you playing?
Healer?
Okay.
They're a healer in our group.
Is this your first time doing this? Okay. And this was Echo that we were covering for, yeah. Okay, cool. So just to show you, don't target these enemies because they're not going to aggro until they take damage, right? But right here is where your first orb is going to show up, give or take right about here, right? So if you look at the diagram, that map is set for true north, right? So right here where I'm standing, that's a very good image, right? So right about here is where your first orb is going to be. You're going to pop reflect, and you're going to... Yeah. You're going to stand here, you're going to pop reflect, and you're going to stand in the AoE, like the orange AoE that it pulses with reflect on. What that'll do is reflect the damage back to the orb, and it will kill it. Your next orb, if you take a look at the map, is going to be right over here. Right? So these are the only two orbs you're going to worry about. You're going to start here, where I'm jumping, and once you reflect this one successfully, this will be your next spot to reflect. This will be the orb that you go to. Right? If you look for Delta, if you're asking Delta, whoever that is, right about here, right? This is where the first one shows up, give or take. Something like right here. And then the next one is going to be all the way between, like, the 3 Delta. Right? That's D pattern. And you can keep the map open if you have another screen or a phone that you're like viewing all this on. You can just have that open, that map there. It helps out. This will happen twice if we see that far into it, okay? Which is very common. So it'll be stand in your spot, right? Pop reflect. It detonates. You go to the next one. It detonates. You reflect it. You're done, right? Everyone else kills the aura sphere, which is going to be an orb that spawns pretty much right here, pretty close to the Charlie marker, right? It's going to spawn somewhere like right here, actually, give or take. The tanks and the DPS and everyone else is going to kill this as quickly as possible. It casts something called Spite Check, and if it's allowed to cast, it'll kill one random person. It pretty much does damage cap, so there's no way to reduce it. So the only way to prevent it is to kill it. Afterwards, if you've done normal, it'll be just like the end of the phase where all the bosses are on the corners with their shields and everything. And you got to kill all the shields. You can do a little bit of damage there, do some spot healing if you need to. And then once the next set of aura spheres show up, another wave of orbs will show up in the exact same positions, and you'll do the exact same pattern. You'll go right back here, you'll pop reflect, you'll go to the next one, and then you'll reflect this one. Remember, you have to wait until the AoE hits you and reflects back to the orb to kill it, okay? Yes, the damage that you reflect counts as damage on your parse, if you're ever interested. Right, so that's reflect. Can I get, let's be safe here. Can I have 3 volunteers for Dispel? Okay, I got 1 volunteer. I need 2 more people with Dispel. Just in case. Right. Reflect, by the way, if you have slotted it in already, that's fine. But if you haven't, don't worry about it. You don't need to slot it in right now. Right? The first thing that you've got to worry about as a healer is you have Spellforge and Steel Sting slotted. So if you haven't done that, do that now. Make sure you have a Spellforge slotted in, or if you're not Spellforge, make sure you have Steel Sting. Whatever you have been designated to take. Slot that in now. At that point, if you have space for a Dispel, you can do that. Because you're going to slot Reflect over your Spellforge or your Steel Sting once the first 2 bosses have been taken care of. We only need Spellforge Steel Sting for the Warrior and the Knight. Right, so to answer a question, if you have Spellforge and you need Steel Sting, like you need to do physical damage as a caster, you're just going to have to wait for your co-healer that has Steel Sting to start passing it out, right? For those of you who have Spellforge, make sure you prioritize tanks first. Always prioritize your tanks first, and then go down the list. Especially if you're in a party with main tanks or tanks that are doing critical rolls, make sure that they get it first ASAP. If they don't have Spellforge when we need to be doing magic damage, we aren't generating damage and we aren't generating aggro. Right. Okay. So I saw 2 dispels. 1, 2. Do we have one more that could recommend slot into spell? I have Bloody Darn and Vice Schwartz that I'm tracking is already doing it. No worries. So, okay, Paulin, if you want to slot it in, if you take a look, the Queen's Warrior is the ad that we're going to be dealing with, right? The Queen's Warrior is going to do something called Boost. And when it casts Boost, it gets a ridiculous attack increase, and that needs to be dispelled. It looks like a red icon, and if you've seen like the really old like Android icon, the little robot for like the Android phone brand, that's kind of what the head looks like on the icon. So if you see that, and I say, please dispel the warrior now, just make sure you cast a full dispel on it. Don't break the cast, and make sure that that red buff is no longer there. If we're successful, the raid wide won't kill absolutely everyone. Cool. That's all the critical roles handled. Just be aware that main tanks are going to be handling turrets as well. So Bag of Donuts, you're going to be taking the east turret when it shows up. So as soon as it spawns, you're just going to provoke it and you're just going to start tomahawking it to keep aggro. All you want to do is just generate enough aggro so that when it casts sniper shot, you can home gang it. And because the turret's going to spawn a bit of a distance away from Bag of Donuts, we're going to start with the west turret first, and then we'll kill the east turret second. Right. Now, we have some important mechanics to talk about. The bosses will chain. That's the Spellforge Steel Sting thing. It'll happen twice, only during the Warrior in the Night phase. If we see a purple chain, or if you're colorblind and you can't really discern the colors very well, if you look in the center of the chain, the icon will have 2 stabs crossed. That's magic. You want to do Steel Sting. You want to do physical damage. So if you see on the chain, you have 2 wands or staves crossed. They're buffing their magic resistance. So you want to do physical damage. If it's yellow and you see 2 swords, right, or 2 axes or whatever it is, they're buffing physical. You want to do magic damage. So you'll need Spellforge for that. Steel Sting for if the chain is purple. Spellforge if the chain is yellow. Right? Opposite color, essentially. And I'll call it out. I'll let you know which one it is. Bombs. Bombs will get chained. They'll get their weights messed with, right? And you will also be eligible for getting chained. We have a saying that there's a saying that we use, right? Double or nothing, go big, right? Everything else go small. Double or nothing. What that means is if you look at your character and your character is chained, and then you look at the bombs all around the field and all the bombs are chained, that means that the bomb and you, the character, you, the player, are chained. That's double chains, which means you're going to go to a big bomb, right? If you see nothing is chained, double or nothing, right? You don't see any chains to bombs and no chains to you, you're going to go to a big bomb as well. That'll be your safe bomb to stand underneath. If you see 1 chain, which means you see a chain tethered to your character but not to other bombs, it's chained only one thing, right? If you see a bunch of chains to bombs but you don't have a chain, it's only chained to bombs, right? So that's not double chain. So it means you're going to go to a small bomb if you only see 1 set of chains. Double or nothing go big. Everything else go small, right? There is a knockback pattern. So you'll see it when we get there to bombs. The knight is going to spawn on offset of one of these markers you see around the field, and it'll dash through the field, and it's going to dash straight through the orb in the center of the field. There's going to be a slight knockback, right? It's not very large. Like, if you see where I am, so from the 3 marker, right, that I'm currently standing on, I will probably get pushed about this distance. It's really not that far. It's surprising if you're not expecting it, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that far of a dash, right? Or a knockback. That'll happen from the center, and then there's going to be a big blast, right? So let's say the knight starts at 1, and dashes towards the 3 marker, he's going to carry the orb with him in the shield pattern, and the orb is going to detonate all the way down here, and it's going to cover up a significant part of the arena. I used to have a really good picture for that. Does anyone in Discord have that picture on hand of the ranges for shield? If you do, just post it in Raid Text chat, please. It's very deceptive. When I say 45 to 90 degrees from the approach of the knight, remember that the knight dashing is dangerous. You don't want to be in the line of the dash, right? And because there's a knockback, you want to get knocked back away from the center. So if I say 45 to 90 degrees, the maximum you should get knocked away from is a 90-degree perpendicular path away from the orb, or like 45 degrees in between that like perpendicular angle to where he's starting. And it's complicated. It's complicated to explain, but you'll just have to learn with your bodies. Finally, last important thing, and this one's very important. Now, if you've done Orbon Monastery, you've done the onion ring mechanic, which is the ring around your character, right? And it looks like an onion ring that has a bite taken out of it, right? That mechanic is, you have to handle it very specifically. We have the Queen's Gunner, which will be active at that point in time in the center of the arena, and the Queen's Gunner is going to do Queen's Shot. You want that shot to go into your hole. You want the hole in your onion ring, you want it to go straight through your hole, okay? After that, you're not done. There's turrets along the east and west side of the wall, and they're going to have arrows denoting which way they're going to shoot. And you're just going to look at the arrow from that turret, and you're going to turn and point your hole to the turret afterwards, right? 2 shots. Queen first, then a turret, right? So point your hole to the queen, to the Queen's Gunner, sorry. And then you're going to point your hole to a turret on the wall. If you do this correctly, then you won't get hit with anything. If you happen to be a little too late and it snapshots and it hits one of you, you're going to take some damage, and you're going to get a stack of Thrice Come Ruin. It shouldn't be fatal. There is a part where the lines for the turrets overlap, so be aware. If you stand in front of a turret, you need to be directly in the center of the line that it's going to shoot, right? It's a lot of information to keep a hold of, I know. It's going to be just way better to learn with your bodies, all right? All that being said, just do your best, and whenever I make a call, use your best judgment to decipher what I said, and just do what you think needs to be done, okay? If you get hit, it's fine. It's a learning experience. For me, this fight is really hard to call, so if I make mistakes, we're just going to keep rolling with it, all right? Inevitably, people will make mistakes, and these fights aren't exactly the easiest. With that said, let's get ready checks from all alliances. Once all of our ready checks are good, we'll get started. While we're doing these ready checks, and we're waiting for readiness, healers, just make sure that you do have your Spellforge Steel Sting slotted. And Reflect, you're going to slot Reflect over your Steel Sting or your Spellforge, whatever you have. Once the Knight and the Warrior are dead. If you need to click off your buff, if you're on PC, you can right-click off the buff from your buff bar. Be very careful you don't right-click off your essence. Somebody in Shout Chat did the /status off. That is, if you want to do it on console and you want to just copy-paste it or something like that, that is how you can do it to make sure you don't accidentally right-click off the wrong buff. When I put the 30-second countdown up, as soon as the countdown starts, healers are going to start pre-casting Spellforge and Steel Sting, right? If it's a physical class, give it Spellforge. If it's a caster class or a magic class, give it Steel Sting, okay? So just checking, we have Foxtrot, Bravo, Alpha, Charlie, Echo, Delta. Okay, everyone is ready. Make sure you check your food. Make sure you've got food up. This is an actual encounter, so we're going to be using lost actions to try to kill this as fast as possible. All tanks in the instance, please turn your stances on. We have a living duelist, right? When we pull aggro and we start, you're going to use your lost actions, you're going to use your pots, and you're going to AoE as hard as you can. You're going to make sure that Himbo doesn't get any aggro, okay? As best you can. Protect Himbo. Once all the bots jump away, it's just going to be Vash and Bag of Donuts with their stances on. Okay, so when I say everyone's stances off, only the tanks that aren't main tanking are going to turn their stances off. Everyone's ready? I'm going to give us 30 on the board, and I'm going to send it. Healers can start pre-casting. Please do not target the bosses. You can pre-position close if you need to, but please do not right-click. Please do not target the bosses. Right? So everyone should be going and casting Spellforge Steel Sting now. Right? As soon as the countdown finishes, AoE as hard as you can. Lost actions, everything. We want to do as much damage as we can while they're all grouped up. Alright. Get into it. We're gonna see some raid wides. You can just mitt through this normally. They're not too dangerous. Here comes one of them. Alright, bosses are jumping away. Tank stance is off. Only main tanks. Warrior to the wall, hold the knight. Right, bringing the knight to the center. We're going to see chains first. You want to be doing magic. Spellforge, you need the purple buff. Spellforge, everyone, if you have the yellow, click it off. You're not doing damage. You need the purple buff. First mechanic is going to be bombs. Remember, there's going to be a sword or a shield pattern. I will call it. Look at your chains when the bombs come out. It's going to be a shield pattern. It's going to be a knockback from the center, 45 degrees to 90 degrees from the approach of the knight. If you are chained, you are going to a big bomb. Chains to big, no chains to small. Find your bomb, get knocked back into it, okay? If you fall first, move to where bomb exploded. Move to where bomb exploded now. Tanks, get back to your bosses ASAP. Warrior is casting boost. Get ready. Dispel the warrior now. Dispel the warrior now. Dispel the warrior now. Raid wide incoming. Alright. We're gonna get chained. It's gonna be wind or gravity. Purple is gravity. Green is wind. If you are chained, you're going to win. No chains to purple, okay? Chains to green. No chains to purple. Tethers to wind. No tethers to purple. There's going to be some french fries that show up in the middle of the field. You want to meet back up at the knight as quickly as possible. The safe spot is going to be inside the boss's hitbox on the safe quadrant. Get back to the boss now. See where, yeah. Avoid the french fries. In the hitbox, avoid the french fries. Warriors boosted, please dispel. Warriors boosted, please dispel. Cool. Cool. Alright. Tank busters on main threat. Healers beware. Alright, there's going to be more chains. Get ready for them. We are still in Spellforge. No change necessary. Healers, make sure we keep the bosses equal in HP. More on the knight. When we want to kill them at the same time. Same time. Make it even. Healers, you can slot Reflect over your Spellforge Steel Sting now. You are free to swap. Alright, respect this mechanic. Just respect it. Don't kill it. There's gonna, look for your safe bomb. If you don't have a tether, you're going to big. No tethers to big, tethers to small. Right? On the edge of the field. All the way at the edge of the field. My mistake. Kill this knight quickly. That is the enrage. Alright, I'll pull soldier to the west wall. Hold the gunner. Alright, you can move the gunner to the center. First mechanic is going to be flaming frogs. They're going to get balls of fire, they're going to turn into frogs, and they're going to bounce. We want to be in between the small frogs. Tanks, remember, you cannot move away from your boss until you get your onion ring, alright? Wait for your onion ring if you are a tank and tanking a boss to move. The safe marker to stand by is going to be 3. 3 is the safe spot. Wait for your onion rings. Go to your safe spot now. Point your gap to the gunner. Point your gap to the gunner now. Point your hole to the gunner. Hole to the gunner. Now to a turret on the wall. Back to your bosses. Right? Tank busters on main threat. Be aware, healers. Okay, we're gonna get a raid wide. And then it's gonna be our turret. Tanks are gonna pick these up. Main tanks will pick these up. I will get west. Bag of Donuts is gonna get the east turret. We're gonna focus the west turret first, and we're gonna kill it before explosion goes off. Right, here it comes. Here come the turrets. Main tanks establish threat. Pick up the gun turrets. Kill the west turret as fast as you can. Invul sniper shot at 70% of the cast bar. Right? Work on the east turret. Kill the east turret. There's going to be a raid wide with this. Just be aware. Cool. Fire or ice. It's pyretic or blizzard. Be very careful with this mechanic. Respect it 100%. Fire, hands off the keyboard, deselect the target, no auto attacks, no movement, nothing. Do nothing, do nothing, do nothing. You're clear to attack. Re-engage. Alright, they're looking pretty even. Next mechanic is going to be double jumpy boys. That's going to be the clones. The tethered clones are dangerous. We want the untethered clones. I will call them out. If we can kill these bosses before that, we can just avoid this mechanic entirely. East-west. Delta Bravo are the chained ones. Safe are going to be Alpha Charlie. It's Alpha Delta are safe. Alpha Delta are safe. Point your hole to the gunner. To a turret on the wall. Finish off the bosses. Alpha Bravo Charlie alliances are going to go north for the Aurasphere. Delta Echo Foxtrot south. Aurasphere tanks, get in position, turn on your stances, and provoke your Auraspheres. Remember, the one marker provokes first. Kill Auraspheres. Everyone work on Auraspheres, reflectors in position. Pop reflect and do your path. Reflect your orb. Do your second orb. Alright, work on bosses. Just do as much damage as you can to the shield. There's going to be another... healers can LB3 in the middle of the arena here. LB3 in the center of the arena now. Here come the next set of Auraspheres. Aurasphere tanks 2. Pop your tank stance and make sure you provoke it. Get ready. They are out now. Second reflects. Second reflects. Do your reflect path again. Pop reflect. Get your orbs. Nice, nice. Avoid the parries. They do apply thrice come ruin, twice come ruin. Nice. Alright. Before we head on forward, let's make sure we have all of our dead picked up. That wasn't so bad. We only have one... I think we only have a couple people down. That's really good. You can also thank Himbo Hooters for that second chest. That double chest is courtesy of the duel being won. So, enjoy your... well, it's hand gear, right? Enjoy your Himbo Hooters branded hand piece. Okay, we still have one person on the floor here. Alright. Everyone is up, yeah? I don't see anyone else on the floor. We can move on to the next encounter. Now, if you brought your Lost Banish 3, Now would be the time to slot it in. This boss is classified as undead, and he is going to melt with Banish equipped. Absolutely crumble, fold like an omelet. I thought I saved one. Oh, I guess I don't have markers for Phantom anymore. Oh well. Someone with markers. Does anyone have markers for me? Yeah, thank you. Alright. I like to gamble. Gambling is fun. I always go Delta, but I'm gonna be an ass gang today, so we're all going to Alpha. I'm gonna pull the boss towards Alpha. We're gonna dump everything, and we're looking for a donut. And if we don't see a donut, then you guys are gonna pop sprint and just fucking leg it all the way over to Delta. But that's the nature, right? You either win or you lose. Remember, RNG is, luck is a skill. RNG just bends to your will. Are we waiting on anyone? I don't think I see anyone in the previous chambers. All right. I'm going to pull this. I'm just going to pull it. Here we go. You can use your remaining lost actions for damage here if you'd like. Just dump and burn this guy as quickly as you can. Oh, my bad. This is just a raid wide. All right, get ready. We're gonna follow the donuts down. Ah! Run to Delta! Kind of close. All right, this is gonna move a bit faster than normal, and there's death walls at the end. Remember, so don't walk into the purple when you get to the end. All right. Be very careful with where you're walking. Careful with this death wall here. We're going to wait here, and we're going to move to 3. Everyone to 3. If you didn't blow anything at the beginning, you can blow it here now. He's going to be here for quite a bit. We're going to wait for those purple line AoEs to populate on 4. It'll blast 3 times. After that third blast, we'll move to 4, and then we'll wait for 3 of them to hit the 3 marker, and we'll return to where we are here. So get ready for it. One, 2, 3. Move to the 4 marker. 1, 2, 3. Back to 3 marker. I'm going to pull him a little closer to the middle because he's going to go intargetable here for a sec. It's going to be ads phase. Bloody raids need to be bloodied. Misty raids need to be healed. So physical, regular attacks on the bloody raids. Misty raids need to be healed. To death. Benediction instantly kills them, so, you know. Do that. No mercy. Cool. Last wave of ads. As soon as all of these ads have been destroyed, we need to interrupt his cast once that barrier goes down. Oh, there's still a Misty Wraith. Yeah. Interrupt that and beat a Shinzin. All right. Okay. Everyone stay in the arena. There's traps ahead, and there's very important traps ahead. We cannot touch any of the traps, right? There's a new trap in there. We have our Perceptor that's going to go ahead of us and go clear it out. That's going to be Charlotte, all right? Do not pass by Charlotte. I want you to make sure you are turning your camera and looking and walking where you're going. Don't auto-run. Don't do anything automatically. There are pink traps that you're going to see. We need to make sure we save both of those for after Trinity of Out, all right? Don't blow up any explosion traps or poison traps by accident, all right? Be very, very careful, right? Turn your camera. You see there's one in the middle of the hallway here. Just hug the walls as best you can. Right, just be very, very careful. The run is over if we detonate both of those pink traps before we do Trinity of Out. Right, there's a explosion trap in the middle of this hallway at the bottom of the stairs. Be very careful. Make sure you turn your camera. And avoid all these traps. Well, I didn't royally biff Queensguard, so we've got to run here. And Trinity Avowed is going to be the wall, the mountain. Right? If we can clear Trinity, we're good. That being said, Trinity Avowed is going to be handled almost entirely with calls. I'm going to explain Force March, and I'm going to explain swords, because my calls for swords are going to be a little specific, right? And by specific, I mean, if you haven't been here before, this is your first time, I just want to kind of like demystify what I'm saying for that mechanic. You're going to see a lot of parallels to normal, but there's going to be a Force March here. The Force March is going to take the appearance of a red icon, and it's going to have an arrow, and it's going to point either left, right, up, or down, right? So if I'm standing here and I'm facing north, and I get a right Force March, if my icon shows that it's pointing to the right, whichever direction I'm looking, in this case, in this example, I'm looking north, when the timer hits 0, it'll forcibly turn my character to the right, so 90 degrees to the right, and it's going to march me in this direction. At normal speed, it's going to be 2 tiles, right? So I move 2 tiles of distance. If you're ninja, you're going to move a little bit further because of your passive, right? So be aware of that. You can sheathe your weapon before it goes off, if it's what I'm told, to have like a normal march distance. Otherwise, just adjust for it. Remember that your trait is just going to make you move a little bit further. A lot of the cases that we have Force March, it's going to require you to Force March to the solution of your puzzle, okay? Remember, in normal, Trinity Avowed has temperatures. And in this fight, the second half of her encounter is going to comprise of what I like to call advanced mechanics, or advanced temperatures, where she's going to put a battery, like a thermometer on you, and it'll eventually shatter and dump whatever temperature it has in it on your character, okay? That's how I like to think of it, right? So it's like a temperature battery. If you look in Raid text chat, Himbo Hooters was very kind to show us what all the icons look like. So if you look on the left-hand side starting, it kind of looks like a head and shoulders, like a person with arrows above their heads. That, whenever you get a temperature, the gauge above your head, that's the icon that's modifying that gauge above your head. That is your overhead temperature. That is your current temperature, right? If you keep going, you're going to see icons that kind of look like thermometers with arrows on it, right? The thermometer is Elemental Brand, okay? Elemental Brand is a temperature battery. It has a timer on it. When the timer hits 0, the thermometer will shatter, and it will dump whatever is in that battery on your bar, okay? It's just going to add it on, right? So in this example, if you have a brand, an elemental brand of +2 fire, right? Then you're going to want to solve it by having +2 ice. That'll get you to neutral, and you won't have any remaining temperature, and you'll solve the mechanic, right? So if you have a brand, it's opposite of your brand, right? You got 2 fire, you need 2 ice. You got 1 ice, you need 1 fire. If you don't have an elemental brand, which the first 3 mechanics will only have just the regular temperatures, you just want to return to neutral temperature, okay? That means if you got 2 fire, you need to make sure you get hit by whatever it takes to make your gauge empty, so you don't have any more temperature on your gauge by the end of the mechanic. Cool? Cool. Like I mentioned, Force March is going to be whenever we get Force March, we're going to have to use the march to go to where we need to. So be very careful. Be very certain you know what you've got. If you have an arrow pointing up, it's just going to take you forward. If you have an arrow pointing down, it's going to turn you 180 degrees, turn you backwards, march you 2 tiles, and we explain left and right. It'll turn you 90 degrees left or right from wherever you're facing and march you that direction. It's based on which way you are facing when the timer ends for that Force March. We know how the temperature works. I think I have updated markers for this. No, I don't have updated markers for this. Whatever. If you look at the numbered markers, specifically for the sword mechanic, I will call one of these markers as the safe tile. When I say it's the safe tile, all that means is that that tile is not going to get struck by a single sword cleave. So if you remember in normal mode, she'll cleave one side, she'll do a haircut. She'll do one side of the field with fire, the other one with ice, and it'll be like one ice or one fire, whatever it is, right? And you have to get hit by the right temperature you need. She summons 4 clones, and they all cleave at the exact same time, right? This mechanic is really confusing. I don't expect anyone to get it on their first try. I just want you to pay very close attention to what it looks like the first time you see it, okay? If I say that the 2 marker, the tile that she's on currently, is the safe tile, the only correct solutions for you to adjust your temperature are going to be the tile immediately to the north, to the south, to the east, or to the west of the 2 tile. Because the 2 tile itself isn't going to get cleaved, and the ones north, east, south, west are going to get cleaved by only 1 sword, right? This changes if I say 4 is the safe tile. Remember, then those tiles north, south, east, west of the 4 tile will be safe. So if you stand on the tile that 4 is on, you won't get hit. If you go to 1 or 3, you'll get hit by 1 sword, right? And same thing for the tile to the left of the 4 marker and the tile to the north of the 4 marker, right? You got to look at your clone that has the temperature that you need. You need to pay attention to which way it's cleaving, and then you need to step on a tile that it's going to cleave that fulfills the requirement that I explained just now. North, south, east, or west of the safe tile, all right? It happens fast, and it's twice every time the mechanic shows up. So for normal, 4 clones show up, she'll cleave once, right? They'll do a set of cleaves, and then they'll turn, and then they'll do another set of cleaves, right? So you have 2 opportunities to change your temperature. The second time we see it, there's going to be the elemental brand, and there will be the potential need to get hit twice, right? You might have to adjust your temperature by 3 or 4. Take a deep breath, just do the math in your head as best you can, and give it your best shot, right? If you are on a diagonal tile, so again, if I say 2 is the safe tile and you stand on 4, 4 is a tile that is diagonal from 2, it will instantly kill you. It will not joke around. It'll just end your character's life right then and there. Done. Obliterated. Okay? Diagonal is never the answer. Only north, south, east, west. Cool. Now, tanks. You will be slotting in Aether Shield. Is there a tank with Font of Power and Aether Shield that can stand over here by the Danger Dorito? I need Aether Shield, Font of Power. Did I say Banner of Honor and Sacrifice? Okay, tanks. This is the point where you're going to slot Aether Shield. Aether Shield is going to be used on every Glory of Baja. Glory of Baja is a raid wide that applies a bleed, and the bleed is nasty. Now, yes, I'm looking for Front the Power Aether Shield. I want to mimic it. Does nobody have it? Oh no. Oh, do you have it? Oh, lifesaver. Thank you. Love it. Alright. Aether Shield is going to be used for every Glory of Baja. Since we don't have any pseudo tanks, we don't. I'm not going to make the call for stones. So if you're like a Dark Knight and you've got like Dark Missionary or Gunbreaker with Heart of Light, or you got Shake It Off or whatever, Glory of Baja is what you want to use it on. Healers, just make sure that you pay attention to that bleed. That bleed is really nasty, and if you do not mitigate it, it is going to hit very hard. Okay, so do not worry about damage if you are a healer and bleeds are out and they're hurting like hell. Just take all the time you need to make sure nobody hits the deck, all right? We should have... I already see that people have been applying Lost Shell 2, right? If you have Lost Shell 2 and it's more than like 10 minutes, stand in front of the purple line. The only people that are behind the purple line right now are people that do not have Lost Shell 2. You have it. Okay, so everyone has it. Whenever Tan gets back. Okay. Double check that you have your food up and running, right? This is a major boss encounter. She is very difficult. I've got to reiterate this. Don't feel discouraged if you get slapped or if you get hit or you hit the deck. Just pop a re-raiser. Make sure you have re-raiser active, by the way. I'm not sure. I've been leaving it to the roadside, but make sure that if you have re-raisers still available in your holster, you activate them now. Okay. If you still have more in your holster when we go in and you die, the first thing that you do is the second you get up, if you get back up, is pop another re-raiser. Try to see as much of this fight as you can and experience it, okay? With that being said, we're waiting on Benito. Does Benito still need Lost Shell? No, we're good. Cool.
I did
right,
it already.
everyone's
He's here.
Okay. Right. Only one tank needs to have Aether Shield. Like I'm the designated Aether Shield for my alliance, right? Both tanks don't need it. Just be sure that if your tank goes down with Aether Shield, instead of ask questions and you be sorry later, just you slot in your Aether Shield you have in your holster to be safe to catch any Gloria Baja, all right?
Also, sorry.
I'll go for it.
Also, if you're the Aether Shield tank and you know that you messed up the temperature mechanic, you can pop your Aether Shield before it resolves and kills you, and it'll last through the following raid wide.
Mm-hmm. Very good advice, actually. I'm going to start saying that. I've done that like once or twice, and I've just never thought about mentioning it. That's really good advice.
Because 90% of the time, it's just like, oh, guess I'll die kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. All right. Everyone's in front of the line. We're ready to go. Food is up. Make sure you got pots at the ready. Your lost actions are ready to go. Take a deep breath. I'm going to give us 30 on the board, and I'm going to send it. She is not easy. Again, just don't feel bad that you get slapped. Just pay attention as best you can. Even from the floor, you can look to see what's going on. The first thing she will open with is a tank stack buster, so all the tanks are just going to move to the 2 marker. Right, all tanks should have their stances off. And let's get into it. Right, all the tanks on 2. There's going to be a buster incoming. Some light mitigation. Alright, here comes the big one. This is Glory of Bajda. Aether Shield, Stone Skin, Aether Shield, Heavy Mid. Right, now she's going to do a flurry of her mechanics. Alright, everyone in front. Everyone in front of the boss. You need to be in front of the boss. This is the Sword Cleave. Everyone can pre-position behind the boss now. Alright, out of the hitbox. Out of the hit. If you don't know how big this is, just respect it. Go out far. Alright, back in, and everyone behind the boss. She's going to reposition to the 2 marker behind her. Our pattern today, our order for mechanics is going to be bow pattern into sword into staff. Alright? So all the tanks can pre-position in front here. You're going to get your force march, okay? Quick march. That's your force march. Look at your arrow. Understand what it means, alright? Tank buster incoming. We're going to use this force march to march away from a column of fire, all right? That sea of fire that happens, we want to force march away from it. Get ready for it, all right? You're ready to point your character? Point it. You need to go to Bravo. Everyone march to Bravo. Everyone to Bravo. Right? This bow game is just like that Mega Man level, right? You're going to have arrows on the other side. You've seen this in normal. You just want to follow every turn down the ladder. It's not going to show you the path this time around. You need to trace it yourself, all right? Look at your temperature, figure out what you need to get hit by, and go there now. Just respect this mechanic, look at your temperature, do your math, find your arrow, trace it down, go to your tile now. Just do it now. Cool. Everyone, Aether Shield, Stone Skin, Aether Shield, Heavy Mitigation. Everyone in front of the boss. I'm just going to point her towards the 2 marker. All right, everyone in front of the boss. As long as you're in between the boss and the 2 marker, you are safe. This is a full downtime mechanic. Do not use any 2-minute windows if you have them still available. Hold on to them. She's going to reposition herself, and she'll go intangible. It's a full downtime mechanic, all right? Here's your temperature. Look at what you've got. Understand what you need to get to neutral, okay? You want to get to neutral at the end of this mechanic. First safe tile is 2. First safe tile is 2. North, south, east, or west of the 2 tile to get cleaved by the temperature that you need. 1 more cleave. Next safe tile is 1. If you're neutral, stand on 1. If you still need to adjust your temperature, north, south, east, or west of the 1 tile. Nice. Right. Aether Shield Stone Skin, Aether Shield Heavy Mitt. Aether Shields Heavy Mitt. We're going into Staff Pattern. Remember, it's going to be the point blank first, and we're going to have meteors. This will also be followed with a Force March. Out, 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 out. Do not breed this if you do not know how. Just be safe if you don't know how. Everyone back in and group up. We're going to get those proximity. Here comes your temperature. Everyone nice and tight in the center. You're going to get a Force March. Here comes your Quick March, all right? Pay attention to the arrow you get. There it is. Understand what you need to get to neutral, and you're going to look for it. One of these boulders is going to have your temperature, and you're going to Force March to it, all right? Find your boulder and point now. Just point it now. Be safe. Cool. Aether Shield, Stone Skin, Aether Shield, Heavy Mitt. Right? Bow Pattern is coming up next. She will reposition to the center. So if you are south of the 2 marker, you are positioned in the safe spot. South of the 2 marker will be safe. Behind the boss. Behind the boss. Now, we're going to see... You see these dark green tiles east and west of the boss? We're going to move towards there. Pick one. There's going to be dashes, and then there's going to be the Sea of Fire, right? There is no Force March. We're going to manually run. Wait for the dashes, and then pop sprint. East-west on these tiles. Follow the danger Dorito. Wait for the... Go. Everyone sprint to D. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Run, 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 run. This is a doozy. This is a really hard mechanic. Get ready for it. Please respect it. Here is your temperature. Your brand is incoming. Look at your brand. You need to be opposite of your brand by the end of the mechanic. You are probably already... There is an opportunity to be already opposite of it. Find the empty tile and treat it as arrows. Here is your Force March. You need to Force March to the tile that you need to get hit by, okay? Do all your math. Figure it out. Trace your line now. Just respect it. Just do the mechanic. Cool. There's going to be an Aether Shield here. Aether Shield Heavy Mitigation. Tanks stacked at the wall. There's going to be a stack buster in between the boss and the wall. I know it's a tight squeeze, but we're trying to make sure it hits absolutely no one. Alright. Make sure we hold on to heal LB3. Only heal LB3 when I let you know. Alright? Next mechanic is gonna... Oh, shit. In front of the boss, in front of the wall. My bad. I was looking at the party list. It's really tight. My bad. Full downtime mechanic. She's gonna reposition. Right. Same thing. You've got your damage battery, okay? You're gonna get your brand. So here's your temperature. Here's your overhead temperature right now. Here comes your brand. Don't pop any 2 minutes. Save it for afterwards. Right? Save the LB3 until we're done with this mechanic. Wait for my call, okay? Do your math now. And get ready for the call. Safe tile is 4. First safe tile is 4. Next safe tile is 1. Remember, north, south, east, west of the 1 tile. Diagonal is wrong. Inspector, you're gonna die. Aether Shield, heavy mitigation. Aether Shield, heavy mitigation. Heal LB3 in the center right now. Mitigate this as best you can. Right. Remember, out, 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 out. Respect it. This is the staff. If you don't know how far you need to go out to greed, don't greed it. Just play safe. We've almost got her. Right. There's no force march associated with this mechanic, but just gack her. Just pinch her legs off. Something. Easy clap. Alright, guys. Let's make sure everyone's still alive. No one head on ahead. We've got to do something special. Wait, are we clean? Hey, I said pinch her legs off. Just gack her. Gack, gack, gack. Gack. I said gack. Yeah, gack. Just, you know, like whack, but yeah, well. Gack. Rattle her, boys. Bunch of skeletons. Alright. Since everyone's alive, I'm going to have all of the new people follow the Danger Dorito. We're going to go back the way we came. Remember those pink traps that I said we need for after the fight? We're going to go use them now. Don't get near them. Don't pop them yet. We're going to wait for as many people to get here as there are new players. Just stay nice and close to the edge. Don't walk into it. Okay. I don't see anyone else on the way. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna step on the trap. Something's gonna happen to you, and you're gonna break. You're gonna sprint as fast as you can across the battle arena that we just fought TA in. You're gonna take the jump pad. There's gonna be a fence, and you're gonna get through the fence with this buff. All right. 3, 2, 1. Send it. All right, Squeak Squad, roll out. Squeak Squad, roll out. First one to wedge themselves, but we have cheaters. It's fine. Why don't you let the new people have fun, man? Why don't you let them have anything? You guys are terrible. How could you? I fucking love Squeak Squad, man. If you haven't played like Squeak Squad, I'm sure you've purchased it at some point before, which means you could emulate it. But I would highly recommend going back and playing that game again. You know, obviously because you've already purchased it, and that way you can emulate it. If you don't know how to rip the ROM, I can show you how to rip the ROM. That way it's totally not illegal. Yeah, careful with the traps. Careful with the traps. Wait for the percept. Wait for the percept. The traps. Hug the right wall. Hug the right wall. Stay away from that poison trap in the center. Just keep clear of it. When your mini is about to run out, you will go back to normal move speed. It'll feel like a speed boost. So just be careful with it. I don't think I got anyone with that, did I? Hope not. Alright, your mini should be wearing off. Be careful. Oh, you have antidotes, right? Pog. Sorry. Alright, my favorite encounter. This is the babysit encounter. We got babysitters. Alright. Oh, look at we got that's right. We're gonna probably need, we only have, how many tanks do we have? Do we have 7? I think. No, we should have enough. We should have enough. All right. Here's how this encounter is gonna work. I'm gonna put some markers down back here. Oops. All right. I need 2 tanks in each of these. 7 tanks, huh? All right. So who was the one that wanted to? Where are you? Who's Charlotte, right? Add if needed. Why am I blind? Charlotte, are you a tank? Right? Yeah. Okay. So we can. There's only going to need to be flex for 1. If you want to solo it, since you called it, I will allow it. Lucent, you'll be a partner with Bag of Donuts. Right? But know if anything happens and that child doesn't get to bed on time, it's your fault. Okay, you need to be a responsible adult. Do you understand me? Alright. So here's what's gonna happen. Oops. I meant to do this. I'll babysit. We'll make you a babysitter, and then you will be a babysitter. Okay. If you have been marked with a target to focus, you are a babysitter. You are a main tank for the ads, right? If you are standing with a tank and you do not have a marker, you are going to be the trap sweep, okay? You're going to have to remember who your partner is and what number they are, right? These numbers are spaced so that it's going to mimic the field once I put the markers out, okay? Now, if I even have... There we go. Right? So, looking at the field, once the boss hits 70%, he's going to start throwing a temper tantrum. He's going to run straight to the middle of the arena and start, he's going to lock himself in his room. He's just going to start screaming and playing his music real loud and whatever. And all his little baby brothers that he was supposed to be watching are now going to be our problem, okay? Alpha, Bravo, Delta, and Charlie are going to be the spots where the little brothers are going to show up, okay? And you'll notice that we stood on numbered markers. That's where we're going to start. All tanks that have a focus number over your head, go to the corresponding waypoint, and you're going to provoke the Minotaur that is the same color code marker as you. So 2 to Bravo is going to provoke, right? 3 is going to provoke Charlie. 4 Delta, you kind of get the picture, right? These need to be pulled to the outside ring. If you look, there's these patterns on the field. This outside ring is where majority of everyone is going to be, right? You're just gonna pull them along. Are there any tanks here? This is their first time doing anything Minotaur related. I'm pretty sure most tanks here kind of know what the deal is, but we can go over and polish some things off just in case. Not done Minotaur before. Okay, who are you? Are you? So you're a trap sweep for who now? Trap sweep for 3. Perfect. Okay. Pretend for a moment that my 2 over my head is a 3, and you're gonna pair with me. So you're gonna stand here with me. When the Minotaurs go out, I'll provoke Charlie, and you're gonna follow me, right? And so we're just gonna be firing. I'm gonna be firing lightning shot, and you can just do damage if you'd like to. Your stance will be off, right? Or if you want to throw unmend, you can, but you're gonna walk along with me. Around this point, once we walk and we're pulling the oversized child with us, right, on the leash. About this point, the field is going to turn yellow, and there's going to be a bunch of question marks. At that point, we'll just hurry on up, and we'll go to the next marker, right? So we've only done a quarter march around the field, right? At this point in time, we've realized that all of these little kids are absolute terrors, and they've thrown their toys all over the place, right? You got Legos hidden places, you got like little Tonka trucks and stuff like that. So our job, and specifically your job as the trap sweep, is just to make sure you're picking up all the Legos and you're pushing all the Tonka trucks, off to the side so nobody trips on them, all right? Because I don't know if you've stepped on a Lego or a Tonka truck before, but it's not very pleasant. What this means is as soon as the yellow goes away, from 4, you are going to pop sprint first, and then you're invuln, and then you're going to run the next quarter lap as fast as you can, right? Anything that explodes, that's a successful toy kicked off to the side of the field. No one's going to trip on it, right? Once you make it to the 1 marker, you can then go back to your partner, right? Who should be walking and lightning shotting or whatever they do, right? Along the field, and you're going to stick with them and you're going to do DPS, right? you are going to be backup in case your babysitter, I don't know, like gets a rattle stuck in some place that doesn't belong, right? If your main babysitter goes down, you just, hey, I wasn't meant to be kinky. You're just gonna be the person that takes over until he's like ready to come back and, you know, dust himself off. Is there any questions about like the trap sweep thing? Cool. I'm gonna ignore what's in the chat right now. That's fine. I don't need to say that out loud. I should have like blinder. I should, like everyone else who plays this game and is intelligent, I should have a blinder over my chat so, you know, stream can't see it. Because Jesus. Alright. Now that tank duties have been assigned and every tank knows what's going on, I need volunteers for reflectors and dispellers, okay? I need a minimum of 3. Okay. So, dispel, reflect, dispel. Both are slotted. Oh, you said that already. Okay, cool. So I need 2 dispel volunteers, and I need 3 more reflect volunteers. Dispel. So I need 1 more dispeller. Only 1 more. Dispel. Okay, I have 4 dispellers. I need 3 more reflect volunteers. Okay, that's 2. I can do what I need to do. What is that? Oh my god, my voice is all dry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I haven't had Dr. Pepper in a while. That's probably what it is. Oh, excuse me. All right. 2 more reflectors. If you got reflect and you're willing to reflect and you're not a tank, just let me know. We only have 40. Yeah, please. I need 2 more reflectors, please. We are on a time limit. We want to make sure we have as much time for Queen as possible. Okay. There's another reflect. Okay. And then reflect. Alright. So, if it's your first time, in the ring, you see how when I was doing my example, you see this checkered path that we're on? Not this darker floor. The dark floor is going to turn into no-go instant kill, like grape jam or something like that. You don't want to stand on it, just like at Phantom. The inside ring is where all the casters are going to be, right? Oh, well, yeah, we'll go over that in a sec. You see where those markers are? Those are the safe spots on the notches for the inside ring. That inside ring is where you're going to stay when the boss hits 70%. You're not going to be in the outside ring. You're going to be in the inside ring. There's going to be a ball of fire that you will have to reflect. And there's a ball of earth that you will have to dispel. Once you dispel the ball of earth, you still need to throw like a dot or something on it. As long as it takes 1 damage, it'll die, right? But you have to dispel it and then hit it. For the fire, it's just like the orbs from Queensguard. You're just going to reflect, stand underneath the orb. Once it detonates, it'll reflect the damage back to it and kill it, right? That's going to happen throughout the duration of the ads phase while we're all babysitting and trying to put the kids back to sleep. So that's all you got to do, right? You're just making sure everything else is in order. So reflect fire orbs, dispel earth orbs, okay? That's all you're going to do. And you're going to stay on the inside ring, okay? Remember, you're not going to be on the outside ring with everyone else. Anyone who wasn't assigned a critical role, if you're not a babysitter, a trap sweep, or a reflector dispel, right? We're all working to put the children to sleep, okay? As quickly as we can. The sooner they go night-night, the better everything else becomes. Right? So when 70% hits, everyone else who is the quote unquote DPS team is going to come to this 3 marker, and you guys are going to stack as best you can right here on the 3 marker in the center as best you can. The reason for this is when the yellow goes out and all the toys are spread out across the field, if you happen to stand a little bit off to the side here and somebody comes barreling in, right, invuln, sprinting, and they like kick a Tonka truck out of the way, you might be a little too close, and they might deflect that thing off your forehead, and that's that. If it's an explosion trap, then you're dead, right? If it's a poison trap, then it's going to be very unpleasant, right? And especially if more people are close, you might poison like half the party, right? So stay in the center as best you can until all the traps are popped, at which point you'll be free to move around, and then you'll be able to follow all the children and put them night, okay? Remember, we're always doing a clockwise rotation, right? We're not going to do counterclockwise, clockwise rotation, right? Do not use your openers and all your buffs at the beginning. The boss has no enrage, right? We're just going to do normal damage to 70%. Save all of your burst for the ads. The ads phase is really dangerous. The sooner we get through ads, the safer this fight is going to be, okay? Last thing. Take a look in raid text chat, right? There are 2 icons that you need to familiarize yourself with, okay? There's a push and there's a pull, right? Fateful Words is going to go out, or sorry, Labyrinthine Fate, I think is what applies it, and then Fateful Words or whatever. Something will cast and you will get this debuff, and then he will do the other thing, and then the debuff will happen, right? Now, there's a push and there's a pull. If it's your first time here, there is a very, very easy way to remember this, okay? You take a look, raid text chat, we have the images blown up really large so you can see what's happening, right? The top one is Suck. He's going to inhale and he's going to try to pull you in, right? You want to be on the outside notch right here, right? If you're wondering why that Suck, it looks like he's eating spaghetti. I don't know. I've been told plenty of times that I don't know how to eat spaghetti. But, like, you know. Yeah. Right, suck. He's sucking in noodles, okay? I was trying... I can't do it without the suck, man. I keep trying to word it in ways... It's just there. Sorry. You've got to deal with it. That's just the experience. Right? So, noodles. And then the other one looks like a guy falling over. Right? It's like... It reminds me of my time back in middle school where I got pushed off in elementary school where I got pushed off the playground, right? It's just the bully older brother pushing you away, right? If you get the push, you want to be on the inside notch. You see these notches? Push as close as you can so you get pushed away. Suck as far as you can so you get sucked in, right? All good? Cool. Healers and anyone who is reflecting and dispelling, if you have it slotted, don't slot over it at the end of the fight. Keep it for the queen fight. We don't need lost actions for this guy, right? We're just going to do normal damage. Food isn't necessary. Tanks just need to make sure we're on point with our babysitting. Let's get everyone in front of the line. Let's get going. Spooky. Just waiting on one person to get in front of the purple line. Yeah, alright. The focus target 2 is going to be the main tank. I'll tank it, so make sure your tank stances are off. Once the boss hits 70%, if you are a babysitter tank, you're going to turn your stance on, and then you're going to provoke, right? Don't use lightning shot or whatever, just provoke. It's longer range, it's safer. I'm going to give us 30 on the board, and we're going to send it. And we're just going to have fun. This guy is pretty chill. His little baby brothers are a terror, and they're the scariest thing. They go goblin mode. So just respect everything, and we'll be a-okay. And let's get into it. First thing he's going to do is a tank buster, so clear the front. Don't get hit by accident. Right, we're going to wait for about 2 auto attacks. 1 knockback invul now, knockback invul now, knockback invul now. 3 whacks. Avoid the whacks. 1, 2, and 3. Avoid the whacks. 1, 2, 3. Whack, whack, whack. Alright, we pushed. Everyone get to your spots. Tanks, turn your stances on. Babysitters, stances on. Provoke your Minotaurs. Dispellers and Reflectors should be inside ring. Everyone else on 3. Do as much damage as you can at 3. We're going to wait for the traps. Right? Alright, they're throwing toys all around the field. Everyone group up nice and tight. Trap sweeps, do your thing. Alright, you have clearance. Your buff is out. Get to a notch. Do your buff now. Fateful Words is happening. Do your buff. Do your buff. Do your buff. Cool, cool, cool. Get back to it. Devastating Bolt. This is just going to get inside a notch. Inside a notch. Avoid the puddles. Very good damage, by the way. Just one more baby to put to rest. Or to bed. Sorry. Not rest. That's fine. Nothing's happening to them. That's fine. Alright, so here comes your next set of buffs. They're not going to happen immediately. Alright. Back to it. Everyone turn your stances off. Only Vash should have their stance on. Alright, this is just a raid wide. Normal raid wide. Now, rapid bolts. You're going to get like these lightning puddles. You're just going to take those to the wall. You get the purple marker, take it to the wall. Purple marker, take it to the wall. Take it to the wall. Take it to the wall. Rapid bolts going out. There's going to be a really big swing. You know those big swings that you don't want to get hit by? This one is extremely big. To the wall. Everyone to the wall. Get away. Respect it. It's huge. Alright, back in. 2 sets of rapid bolts. Alright, take these to the windows. Next set of rapid bolts to the walls. Everyone else, stack up for the crushing hoof. And then just avoid this. It's a proximity. We know how this works. 3 whacks. 1, 2, 3. Whack, whack, whack. Just avoid the cleaves. Cool. There's going to be a tank buster, and then very shortly after, there's going to be a knockback. After I get hit with this... Hello? There we go. After I get hit with this, you're just going to wait a GCD and then pop knockback in Vuln. Never mind, he's dead. Cool. No one go ahead. It's very, very important we stay on the arena for this. We do not want to accidentally spawn the queen before we get all of our dead up, okay? Let's make sure we get our dead up first. We don't want to make the queen any harder than she has to be. Good damage, by the way. Everyone is just bringing it tonight. Alright, we got 1 there. Make sure you're grabbing your chest. This is the last chest with a plate in it. This is your body piece. Make sure we grab that. Cool, 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 cool. I think everyone is up. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not see any more empty bars. Queen drops a guaranteed upgrade piece. I think a random plate. Oh no, I think it's 2 frags, a guaranteed upgrade, and then a minion, I think is what it is. Something like it's 4 drops. I would know because I have consistently biffed not having 4 slots in my inventory. So I conveniently only have 4 slots left. Look at that. Planning. I've been burned before. Oh, yeah. You could save them. You could save them. Right? But, nothing beats spelling dickbag on the way over. That's what the markers used to be. I don't know who just spewed, but... Okay, so... Oh, we only have 2 gunbreakers? Alright, hey. I'm gonna font of skill cheese this. We're only gonna have me. I'm just gonna solo tank it. Oh wait, please tell me I do. Oh, okay, I have it. I will not have any damage actions, but hey, that's fine. Font of skill. Enough said, right? Right. Okay. Tanks, you should have still like 9-ish charges or so on your Aether Shield. No need to reslot it. If you have 7 or more, keep those Aether Shield charges on your bar. You're going to be using them for the Empyrean Iniquity is the raid buster now. And that one is the one that bleeds. She will do God Save the Queen, which is just an enhanced Empyrean Iniquity. That one hits hard. So just be ready for it. I am going to be the Soul Tank. Alright, Vash. Don't fuck it up. It's been a while. Alright. Welcome to Queen. This is the final encounter. This encounter is almost entirely on my shoulders as a caller. There's going to be 2 mechanics that we do that we call super chests that happen. And who took my... What are you doing? No. That's my triangle. Who are you? I'm just kidding. Fine. Right. Super chests, the calls for that are pretty much going to fall entirely on my shoulders. If I make a wrong call, I'm going to apologize in advance for it. Right? It's been a while. But just if you know how to solve the mechanic, you can just do it. Otherwise, just listen to my calls. If I put you in the wrong spot, I'm sorry. We're just going to keep rolling with it. Mistakes will happen. I'm just hoping that I pull through like I have so far, and I haven't made any major mistakes yet. So let's hope I keep that for a perfect score. First mechanic is going to be murder chests, right? So as you know, the pieces will do a cross-shaped blast, like you've seen in the normal mode, right? 2 of them are going to walk into the field from the east and west, or along the sides, or whatever. Sorry, they're going to walk along the sides, and then the north-south, sorry. And we're just going to avoid all those cleaves. It is paired with a north swing glow, which is those lines that grow, and when they connect, they do the point-blank AoEs that are very large. The combination of those 2 attacks are probably potentially going to push us all the way to the outside edge of the field, right? So just be ready for it, right? It can get pretty nasty at times. I use diamond markers for this. I don't use markers dedicated specifically to super chests. So, there might be like, I'll say like backside of C, or like back half of like, the marker. Like, I'll be jumping like back half of this tile, right? If you hear back half, just look at the tile, split it in half, and stay on the back half. That's all you need to do, right? Murder chest is called murder chest because it looks deceptively simple, but it's very easy to fuck it up. It's not fatal, but it applies a stack of twice come ruin, and it can put a damper on a lot of things pretty quickly, right? If anyone has lost re-raise, by the way, and they're willing to pass out re-raises, make sure you're sorting that out now. Otherwise, if you still have re-raisers in your holster and you don't have re-raiser procced, just go ahead and slap one on real quick. The next thing. Super chest. Let's talk about super chest. Right. Super chest is going to be handled the same way each time. What we're going to do is we're going to designate a tile as the north tile. It's going to be a safe tile relative. What that means is either the Alpha or Charlie waypoint is going to start glowing. The tile underneath it is going to start glowing blue. That is the safe tile. We need to end in that safe tile. by the end of... Oh, we got plenty of time. This fight is like less than, like 11 minutes or something like that? We got so much time. This is like... We're soaring, man. Either one of those waymarks, Alpha or Charlie, the tile is going to glow blue. We need to end in that tile, which means that we need to start on the opposite side of the field from it. So, as an example, if Charlie starts glowing, everyone is going to move towards the Alpha side, and Charlie is going to be our temporary true north. Okay, safe tile relative is going to be true north, right? If it's Alpha, Alpha is going to be our north tile. If it's Charlie, Charlie's going to be our north tile. We are always going to go up the right-hand column, the right-hand wall, as far as we can, for every possible super chest. So let's just make it so that A is the example, right? A is safe tile, and super chest starts. What super chest is going to do is it's going to do Queen's Edict, right? And if you remember from normal mode, that's just the buff that gets put on your head. It gives you dots, and you have to move that many tiles, right? You're going to get the same thing, only you're going to get 2 instances of Queen's Edict. You're going to get 2 of them. One is going to have a shorter timer than the other, which means that you're going to have to resolve that one first, right? And then when the timer runs out, you get frozen and stunned in place, okay? So you have to be on the right tile by the time your timer is up. How we're going to do this is you're going to look at both of your debuffs, all right? And you're going to add up those dots. So there's Roman numerals, and then it also has dots on the icons too, right? You're going to add up all of the total movements that you have to make. So if you get 4 and 3, you get a 7. If you get 2 and 4, you have 6. And if you have 2 and 3, you have a 5. There's only 3 totals you'll ever come out to. If you add both your debuffs, you're either going to end up with 7, 6, or 5, right? In the case that we have wall is safe and back is safe, you don't need to know what that means. All you need to know is what the call means. If we have a both safe, wall and back are safe, I'll say something like 6 is in the corner. Remember, it's always going to be the right-hand wall, and it's going to be the furthest away from the safe tile to start. So this is the tile I'm talking about if I say 6 is in the corner. If Charlie is lit up, right, and I say 6 is in the corner, it's going to be the corner on the exact opposite side of the field, straight that direction, right? 6 is in the corners, 7's to the left of 6's, right? And in that pattern, 5's will have to get placed in a very unique location. I will have to actually look at all of the pawns and figure out where I'm going to put 5's. And 5's will just have to wait. They'll either be like south of Bravo, to the left of Bravo, or south of the Alpha marker, right? If we're still using as Alpha as the north, right? Every other pattern should have us lined up in a relatively, logical pattern, right? So just listen to the calls, do the best that you can. If you get a black blob floating over your head when you're walking, it means you've walked too far, and that's the do marker. You got to go back a tile, right? If you have the black blob at the end of the mechanic while you're standing in the safe tile, just die in the safe tile. You don't want to get killed by the doom and then resurrected by your re-raiser and then automatically die to the floor wipe. That isn't in the safe tile. So die in the safe tile. Always, 100% of the time. The only reason that'll happen is if you accidentally stood on the wrong tile to start. Or if I put you in the wrong spot. One of the two. Last couple things, sorry. I forgot about the lightning orbs. Second Relentless 2. Now, the Relentless mechanics are the pawn mechanics that we saw in Queen's Guard. There is a pattern of mechanics that is the second time we see Relentless, whatever. Second Relentless has the possibility of being like super mega like disgustingly cursed. Okay, it is very, very, very difficult to call out a specific spot because nothing is on a direct diagonal other than the queen for these attacks, right? So you'll just have to follow the danger Dorito, and you'll just have to do the best that you can. But the way it's going to work is there's going to be a queen dash, she's going to do a haircut, and then the dash herself for her hitbox is dangerous. So you can't be in the way of her dash. And then the knight is going to do a dash with the sword, with the shield pattern, right? And we remember what that one is. There's a slight knockback from the center, and then there's a big defamation like blast, a big point blank AoE circular one, where he ends up dashing, right? If it is cursed, we're either going to get knocked towards the queen or away from the queen, and we're going to be as close to her dash as we can without getting hit by her. It's the best way I can describe it, right? There's the second part to that mechanic. As soon as that happens, there's going to be clones that show up. We're going to look for the clones that are not tethered. They'll be safe to stand by. And then there's going to be either a north-south or east-west dash. It's going to be a cardinal dash. You're going to have to stay, obviously, on the side that she's not dashing and haircutting, and then you're going to have to be in the hitbox or close to the clone that isn't attacking, right? Potentially, there's going to be really small AoEs for it. It might not happen. I might just be explaining this for no reason. But if we do get it, all I'm going to say is it's cursed, and just follow the danger Dorito, and do your best to stay like welded to the marker as best you can, okay? After that, all the mechanics are going to be pretty easy. They're going to be things that we've seen. It's just going to be a lot of stuff happening at once. Last thing, lightning orbs. At some point during the fight, after God Save the Queen, she's going to now have a gauge called the Sovereignty gauge, right? Once her Sovereignty reaches 100, she'll teleport off-center from the middle of the arena, and you'll hear like the sound effect of the gauge filling up. What she's going to do is she's going to place 4 buffs on her bar that we need to dispel, and she's going to summon a bunch of lightning orbs, okay? If you do not have Reflect, or if you do not have Light Curtains for this mechanic to save you, you're going to go near the center of the arena, and you're going to look at the 3 closest orbs to you, and you're going to be equidistant from all of them, okay? Even if that means you're inside the queen's hitbox, just make sure you are as far away from all the orbs as you can. Don't run to the edge of the arena. Don't run for the hills. I don't need you all the way out in blue, like all the way in like Kentucky, all right? Just find the 3 closest purple Levin orbs and stay equidistant away from them. Make sure like you're in between like a triangle shape of these orbs, okay? That will put you at a perfect distance to avoid all of them. Just, they're very large. They're like a tile and a half in diameter, okay? Or like the radius is like a tile and a half, right? Okay. So dispellers, during that time, you need to dispel. Reflectors need to reflect the orbs to destroy the orbs. Once the orbs are destroyed, they'll put up a shell, like a bubble, and everyone has to get in before she does the final AoE, right? The reason I say bring light curtains is that even if you don't, like, actively try to search for the orbs or whatever, if you're just trying to stay alive, the second the gauge hits 100, if you hit a light curtain, you can just stand wherever you want, because you're going to reflect all the damage anyways. If you reflect the damage for the orb dies, we get the bubble, and we're done. That was loud, I'm sorry. That should be it. There is a part at the very end. Our damage is really good. I doubt we're going to see it. But if we get too soft in rage, just know that the tanks are going to have to use Aether Shield. And then before Aether Shield runs out, you need to go into your holster, get your second Aether Shield, reslot it over your current one, which will reset the cooldown, and then recast it so that you have the full duration of Aether Shield again. Right? So you have 100% uptime on it. Capiche? Cool. With that being said, let's have everyone get in front of the purple line. Win or lose, I'm very glad you guys decided to come and join my run. I always love hosting these things. I just love this raid. I'm glad that there's still people that are interested in it, and more specifically joining my runs as well. I really appreciate your time. Yeah, so whether we win or lose, it doesn't matter. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to show this raid to everyone and get them at least to the queen. But between you and me, I really want to kill her. So let's do that instead. Alright. Make sure you got your food buff up. You need more than 10 minutes. Do we have lost shell? Yeah, it looks like everyone has shell. If you have shell, if your shell is below like 10 minutes, stand behind the purple line to get it again. But I think everyone has it. Oh, we got a couple people behind the line. Let's re-up their shell. Cool. All right. My recommendation is one that I carry over from Atmu. This is the time to turn on your favorite song, right? I'm actually gonna... I'm kind of there, but like, I'm gonna change it here real quick. Alright. Get your best track on, whatever, jam out, and then we're just gonna tear this lady apart, alright? 30 on the board. The first thing she's going to open with is that Empyrean Iniquity, so if you want to start pre-shielding, you can do so now. Alright, tanks, make sure your stances are off. It should only be me with the boss, and let's go ham. Lost actions, everything. Aether Shield, Stone Skin, Heavy Mitt. Aether Shield, Heavy Mitt. Aether Shield, Heavy Mitt. Alright. Here comes Murder Chest, alright? We're going to pay attention to where the pawns are. And we're going to make sure we just avoid them. The first ones are going to move into the field. The next ones are going to move along the north and south, okay? Just pay attention to where the pawns are. North Swain Glow is pushing us. North. So it's going to be this tile here. Middle. This middle column. Okay, I'm going to get a tank buster here. My bad. Thank you for that. Sure. Alright, I'm going to bolide this. No need for tank swap. And we just Font of Skill. Oh, look at that! Bolide's back. Okay. Get ready for Raid Wide. Aether Shield, Stone Skin. Aether Shield, Stone Skin. Heavy Mitigation. We're going into Super Chests, alright? Downtime mechanic. Don't pop any buffs. Look for the safe tile. We're going to go opposite side of the safe tile, okay? It's Alpha. We're going towards Charlie, okay? Back is safe. Wall is safe. 6s in the corners. 7s to the left of 6s. 5s are going to be to the left of Bravo. 5s to the left of Bravo. 5s are going to have to go all the way up to the left of Bravo on the black tile. 7s to the left of 6s. 6s in the corner. Right? Move to the right wall, move to the Bravo column, and then move up your steps. If you get the black blob above your head, go back, go back, go back, go back. All those blobs go back. Remember, we always want to hug the rightmost column. Bravo column, now walk to the safe tile. If you get the blob, that's alright. 5 was a cursed position. It's probably all 5s. Make sure you die in the safe tile. Right, back to it. There's going to be a really heavy raid wide coming up, so get ready for it. Reprisals, addles, feint, everything you can on this one. God save the queen. Heavy mitigation, Aether Shield, everything you've got. Nice. Alright. Now, get ready. The Sovereignty Gauge showed up. Get ready to reflect. Don't reflect yet. Once it fills. There it is. Reflect now. Reflectors underneath orbs. Dispellers begin dispelling the boss. Right, into the shells. Everyone into the bubbles. We do not have any more buffs on the queen. Queen has been successfully dispelled. Thank you very much. Nice. Group up in the center. This is going to be our first Relentless play, alright? There's going to be a north swing that's going to push us north, south, east, or west, and then we're going to have the wind and gravity chain, okay? So pay attention to whether you get a chain. If you are chained, you're going to win. No chain to gravity. Remember, wind is green, chains to green, no chains to purple. You're going to get a donut as well. Okay, we're going towards Delta. Get into your AoE, point your hold to the gunner. It's on 4 marker. Point your hold to the 4 marker. Now to a turret at the wall. We keep going. There's going to be a tank buster. And bolide. Number 2. No need to provoke. Nice. Second relentless. Everyone in the center of the arena, get ready for this. This is the one that's potentially cursed. We're going to look for the knight, and then we're going to look for the queen. If they make an X pattern and the queen is cleaving the knight, it's cursed. Remember, there's going to be a slight knockback from the center, so be ready for that. It's easy. Towards Delta. Get knocked towards Delta. Right? Delta and Bravo are safe. Stay on Delta here. We might have to move. Move to Bravo. Everyone to Bravo. All the way to Bravo. Right here. Nice and easy pattern. Okay, we're gonna get a raid wide here again, so just remember, Aether Shield, heavy mitigation, just help out. Save your heal LB3s, okay? Heal LB3 will come up just after second super chest, which is happening now. Don't use any buffs, don't use any 2 minutes. Hold it, this is a full downtime mechanic. Alright, get ready for the call. Okay, towards Alpha. C is the safe tile. We want, okay, wall is safe, back is not safe. 5s to the right of 4, 6s on 4, 7s to the left of 4. You want 5s to the right of 4, 6s on 4, 7s to the left of 4. Right? Move to the Delta column and then move up. Walk to Delta first and then move up. Don't overwalk your buff. Go back if you get that blob. Bonk. Sorry, bro. Never punished. Everyone at the safe tile. Alright. Wait until your LB3 is charged. You might not have it. Wait until it finally charges, and then if you have it, after this mechanic, you can fire it off. Right? If you have LB3, fire it. Do that now. And bolide the final tank buster. Complete and total queen disrespect. Now, Relentless 3. This is going to be the Pharaoh Storm. So everyone group up on the triangle now. Everyone nice and tight. As tight as you can. Everyone start facing the queen too. Everyone's facing the same way, okay? We're going to bait the knight. It's going to be that Pharaoh Storm thing, right? Those french fries. Save quadrant, either in or out. It's out. He's going to do the sword pattern. He's going to do point blank attack. Look for the safe quadrant and move out. Move to the right. Move towards 2. Past the 2 marker. These are normal turrets. Just avoid these normal turrets. Alright? Reflect, 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 reflect. Dispel the queen as well. My bad, that was a late call. Everyone into a bubble now. We're doing good, that's okay. I should have called that a little earlier, that's my fault. We're gonna get an Aether Shield Stone Skin coming in soon. Do that now. Heavy mitt and just kill the queen. Easy. No worries. Let's make sure we get all of our dead up first, so that they can grab their chest and obtain their spoils. But, nice work. And then, we all do our traditional picture in front of the tree at the end of the walkway here behind the arena. So once everyone's raised up, we'll all go pose for a moment, and then we'll do the graduation ceremony for all those who got their first time doggo. So, by the way, now that the queen is dead, you've been given that achievement. Go into your achievements list and claim the dog whistle. It is yours now. Bro, I feel it. For that double safe, I like brain farted. I was like, oh shit, where do I put fives? Where do I put fives? Take my mark off.
Some guy on Twitch is putting ads for Viewbots.
For what?
Some guy on in my chat is giving me ads for Viewbots.
Oh, Viewbots. Oh.
Yeah.
They must have got it from Rin. Oh, sorry. Wait, I said that out loud. Now everyone's gonna hate me. I'm gonna get canceled. Look, man, I just want people to have fun raiding, bro. No, everyone's such a stuck-up, like... Everyone's so, like, uptight about raid nowadays. It's just a game, man. DRS is fun. Just do it. I am really bad at taking, like, G poses and screenshots, so if you get some really nice pictures, feel free to post them in Victory Lap here on the server. And, well, we have the screenshot channel for that. Victory Lap is, I think it was, like, screenshots for, like, how many people cleared. Yeah. Let me, How many is that, actually? I don't even know.
Hey, thanks for hosting this. I'm gonna get off now. It's late for me. Good night.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, thanks for the run, guys.
Let's see, 1, 2, 5. 18 first-timers. Fucking pog, bro. Alright. Graduation ceremony. If you wish to participate, it's going to be hosted on Genova. That means you're going to have to do a world transfer over to the Genova world server to join us. And once you do get to Genova, go to the Doman Enclave and get to the Aetherite. If it's your first time, summon your dog, you know, claim your whistle, unlock it, and then summon your dog. And just hang tight in the Aetherite Plaza in the Doman Enclave. Everyone else who has cleared, you know where to go. I did not say encore run, man. Oh, I wish if I didn't have like the nightmare that I had last night and I wasn't like completely like ass blasted tired, I probably would do another run. Yeah. Oh no, wait. Are people leaving? Wait. Does nobody want to do the graduation run? Oh no. It is
Hey, but I gotta go to bed.
It is extremely late. It is like midnight. I usually host this earlier. All right.
Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night. Those of you that are still doing it, I will be here. Even if I'm the only body here, I will congratulate you on your doggo, okay? So, Aetherite Plaza, Doman Enclave, on Genova. If you're still on the way, just let us know in Alliance chat. I have got to use it, so I will be right back. Okay. Had a little bit of cat aggro. Do we have anyone that is still on their way to Genova Aetherite Plaza? Whose first time clear? Okay. If everyone is ready to go, let me let you know in shout chat here. This is where you're going to show up. I could have done that in Alliance chat. Oh well. So those are the coordinates. Go ahead and turn on your RP walk, make a single file line, and make your way on up over here. Change my my mount. I am. All right, let's see how good I can read. Man, my my throat is actually not doing too hot. My voice feels weird.
Well, you've been talking all night.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm pretty sure you've done this before, Benito. Epsil. You wait. These are names that I recognize. What do you? Okay. Kira Yuji, congratulations. I already forgot. Ki Narukami, congratulations. Sonair Omnist, congratulations. Kerbert Herculaneum, I believe, right? Oh, please tell me that's correct. Polon Chrysanthemum. Isn't that a plant? Congratulations on clearing the raid. Polon Chrysanthemum. There we go. Phoebe Flick, congratulations. Inspector Vegas, congratulations on your clear. Weiss Mihawk, congratulations on your doggo and your clear. Sylvia Steele, congratulations on your clear. Eden Yance, congratulations on your clear. And everyone else, dog pile in the middle. With that being said, I probably should have done thank yous for rolls, critical rolls earlier. But it's something I gotta start doing, because I keep forgetting about it. And I do appreciate the people that volunteer. Keen Narukami, thank you for team lead. Momomi Daito, thank you. Charlotte Livesley, thank you. Era Shadowmorn, Sticky Fingers, Renrar. Thank you for running and being our team leads. Himbo Hooters, thanks for being our duelist tonight. Hendlia Sky and Benito Bonito, thanks for rending. Our preceptors, Charlotte Livesley as well, and Keiki Musa, sorry. Thank you for percepting. Banish, thank you, Era Shadowmorn, for that. And Lasan, thank you for being our Flare Star. And everyone else who came along, I'm just glad that everyone continues to join my runs whenever I post them. Thanks, guys. With that being said, enjoy